Up on my phone. Let's see. All right, so we live.
Okay.
Pull it up here. Pull it up. What up? I could do the TMIDD. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? that's the TMIDD.
Yeah, the start
The
off.
TMIDD. Yeah,
You
the
know
start
that's
the live
Mike.
start off right there. Yeah, let me
Yeah, we got a lot of talking points. Tog Life was with the Z9.
yeah. So see now, it ain't gonna be jumping in here like how yours be jumping, because I think I get a lot of people that view my stuff. They're West Coast folks or East Coast folks, so it might be a little. It's 11:30. It's
Oh, you
late
know
for
what?
y'all.
Yeah, I probably can. See, my community page don't be jumping like that, but I'ma
Man,
still.
at least you be posting to yours, man. I've been I need what's up, Chris? Chris on it though. From
Oh
the East
yeah.
Coast. What's popping, man?
How
So
you doing,
I'm just
Chris?
on here testing out this live stream, this StreamYard live stream. I'm trying to up my live production. I haven't been live in a while. So we testing it out. And mid be up late. So he was available to test it out with me.
Yeah, we both West East Coast time, but it's
That's
all
cool
it's all good.
that it shows the comments over here on the StreamYard thing. So I don't even have to look at my phone. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, I have like YouTube open, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
Let's
just make
see.
sure. Uh, whose is very red? Chris, mine. I got my lights, man. They're just my lights are warm. And actually, I don't even know. I don't even know what my camera white balance is set on. It's probably still on video mode, but I could. Oh no, wait. I could change it to. I could cool my lights down, and that'll fix that a little bit. Don't judge me on my setup versus mid setup though. His setup legit. I don't have a legit live setup yet, because I don't be going live like that. So
Yeah, we about to see who up. I'm about to put this on IG. We're gonna have we got some people like when I went live yesterday, my boy Flow Shop came through. I'm on IG.
yeah, I'm sorry I didn't jump in on that. See, that was the same thing though, man. Like I saw it, and it was dinner time, so I was like, man, I can't. And then you can't go into those IG lives without, like, they let you know like as soon as somebody come in. So I'm like, man, I don't want to come in, see who popping in there, and then just bang out. So I didn't even jump into it, of course.
Oh yeah, I just had somebody else ask me. I told somebody I was going live. I guess they thought I was going live on my channel, but I just put it on my IG. So we should get somebody flowing through.
Yeah, because you celebrity status, like Bri said, you celebrity. So I'm honored that you in here on my live right now. This means a lot.
Listen, is that a vlogmas paying off for me?
Hey, man, YouTube, I feel like they definitely reward you for that constant content, man. So speaking of that vlogmas, like, what how hard was that? Because obviously we both know, the challenges and the difficulty and the time commitment to make these videos. So I mean, I think you did, man, what, like 29 days straight?
Listen, I think it ended up being almost 30 videos, if not 30. But that was definitely it was definitely hard because first of all, you gotta start with the concepts. So really really thinking and commitment. You know, commitment is a big thing with these types of things. So just thinking about every day I have to make a video and put out. That was the first step that kind of was deterring me of even doing it. So what I did was I went to a handy dandy list, and this was probably like in the beginning of November. I already have like a regular list that I use just for YouTube, but then I knew that for Vlogmas I needed like 3 times as many. So I started a Vlogmas list, and as I started getting ideas, plotting it down, it started to become more feasible to me. And so that's when I started going and taking it, you know, and manifesting.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm curious, how hard was it to stay committed to doing it? Because like sometimes like when I'll have an idea and I'm like, okay, I want to make this video, and I'm super gun-ho about it. Like I got my concept down, I've tested it out, make sure everything's gonna go smooth, and I get around to getting everything set up, and then I just sometimes I'm just like, man, I really don't even feel like making this video, but I'm like, all right, I done put all this time into it already, got everything set up, so I might push through it. Or sometimes I'll start a video and it don't go the way I thought it was going to go, and then I'm just like, screw it, and I'm like demotivated at that point. And that's doing like a video here and there. So having to do, and I know you went live for some of them, but having to do all those videos at any point, like how many times did you just want to be like, screw it, I don't feel like making no video, you busy, you tired, something's not working out, and you just want to say screw it? Like how many times did that happen?
So for me, I feel like it really started hitting me when I got into like the third week, because I had started editing and towards like the end of November, and I had videos for maybe like a week. And so my process would be, I had a video for that Monday, so I would edit a video for the following Monday on that Monday. So then Tuesday, I will have a video for that Tuesday, and then I will edit a video for the following Tuesday.
Okay.
So I was trying to stay a week ahead. Now, the thing that was good is that I had so much content for Vlogmas, it started becoming to the point where I had a schedule. I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this out, put this out, put this out. But then I had to start moving stuff because it just didn't make sense to start dropping stuff. And then of course other things started coming along, whereas I started getting collabs with like Flow Shop and Prince Mason, and then Ike, and some of those things you don't really know if it's going to happen. So
Yeah.
when it did come through, it was like that was extra content, so it was
Right.
even better.
Yeah. What up, Bri? We got Bri in the building. Can we
Oh yeah.
we get on StreamYard on the phone? Or you gotta does it gotta be the computer? Because if we can get her in on
No,
the
you could
phone.
you can get it on the phone.
Hey Bri, you trying to you trying to jump in on this live? I'll send you an invite link. Chris said, I think Vlogmas is great when people enjoy it. It's great in theory, but watching some myself last year, you can tell when people are enjoying it and when others are just doing it for YouTube and not fun. So Chris, I would definitely say, you know, as a YouTuber, especially like when you do a lot of content, there's definitely videos. I can speak for myself. There's definitely times where I make videos where I'm not 100% in it. Now, I try to not let that show in the video, but there's definitely days where I'm like, man, I got to do a video, because you're trying to put content out every week. So there's definitely times where it's like I don't have any videos on deck, and it's like, okay, it's Monday, and it's like, man, I got to get a video out this week, so I got to record something. And those are the ones where it's hard to do videos, because it's like I'm already not feeling it. Then I'm like, okay, it's Monday. I need to get a video out tomorrow. So that means I got to record the video. I got to figure out what I want to do the video about. I got to record the
Yeah.
video. I got to edit the video. You got to do the thumbnail, all of these things. All the while you trying to make sure that that video is a quality video so that you are not just putting out something that's trash, basically, you know, because
Yeah.
quality, you got to have that quality. Like you'd be better off not doing anything that week than putting out something that's just like not up to par with your quality. So there's definitely times for sure when we make these videos and you don't be feeling it. And then there's times where like you make videos and you all in it and you feeling real good about the video. Like everything is on point. Like your production was on point, your topic was on point, like your delivery was on point. And those be the videos that don't perform well. And you just
Yeah.
like you put all that work into a video and you proud of it. You like, this one's legit right here, and it doesn't move. And
Exactly.
those are the things that makes it hard. Now, you know, obviously where you at, Mid, you know, you at a point now where, you know, you're getting consistent views on your stuff. I think Vlogmas really catapulted you in that point where, you know, YouTube is really pushing your stuff. So you don't necessarily maybe feel that as much as I do, which I don't care to. I really don't care about the numbers, but I mean, you do like to see
Yeah.
what they're going to do. But like
Yeah.
for
When somebody watching it, right?
yeah. So have you had any videos that you put out that you thought was pretty good and they didn't perform as good as some of your other stuff?
um, I would say in the recently, I would say I have not had that experience, and that's only because I kind of know right now, like when I put something out, it's going to go. So, like for example, this microphone I got right here, I know that my audience is not really geared towards that. So when I put that video out, I knew that I was just doing my due diligence to the company to do the review since they sent it to me for free. So I already knew those numbers weren't going to be good, even though some people had bought the mic anyway. So that was cool. But like, for example, the one that I did with Natalia, she had like the gold lighting setup I
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah. Yep.
Like that one, I knew was going to like shoot off because
Yeah.
I just had that feeling, like I knew. And also, like you said, the numbers been pretty consistent, so I knew if I threw something like right there that it would be good. Now probably maybe like a month or so back, yeah, I would put out a certain video and then I would be like, okay, this is not like, it's just a straight flop. And you
Yeah.
like, what is going on? Like I thought this was the one right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the struggle for sure, man. Like, you know, I realized doing this YouTube thing, like, I don't know, for me, like I just like making the content that I like to make, right? And it's like
Yeah.
if the numbers are there, the numbers are there. If they're not, they're not. That's cool. And I really found it's like when you get hung up on the numbers, at least in my mind, that takes the enjoyment out of it. Because then at that point, if I make a video, it doesn't perform well, then what I'm thinking is, okay, what video can I make that will perform well? So now I'm not making a
Yeah.
video I want to make. I'm making a video that I think is gonna hit. And then at
Yeah.
that point, that's when it's hard because like for me, well, I mean, you know, for you, like, okay, so you got a 9 to 5 as well. Like, I mean, I do photography full time, but it's no different for you. You still got a 9 to 5. Like, it's not like you are a full-time creator. So how do you balance the time having a 9 to 5 and then still making content, recording that content, editing it, and getting it out? Like, how do you find that balance to do both?
You know, like one thing that really kind of helps me and helps me really have a balance is when I do the photo shoots and I go live. So when I go live, I feel like it gives me some cushion to be able to say, okay, I have at least a couple of days because I did this live video where I
Yeah.
can, kind of slack a little bit and do my editing for the next thing. And sometimes I try to, you know, use things that are necessarily might not take as much work. So like, reaction video is not as intensive as, going out and doing a full BTS type video when you think about that. So what I normally try to do is I try to take an hour or two here and there. Um, and to be honest, it really kind of is every day. I have a time when I kind of like come to my office and I'm like, all right, I need to do this, this, and this, and on the weekends as well. But it can definitely get really really time intensive. So that's how I try to do it now. Sometimes the time spills over because you might be close to finishing that edit and
Yeah.
you just want to get it out. So you're like, all right, just give me 10 more minutes. 10 minutes turn into another hour and 30.
Man, you ain't never lied. It always ends up being, the video that I'm like, all right, this one's going to be, because sometimes I'll do a video and I'll record, the whole thing in one take. It's like, I mean, I'm pretty decent at recording the videos because I
Yeah.
really don't put too much pressure on myself. I have my bullet points of what I want to say, but I really don't put too much pressure on myself. And if I mess up, I keep going. It's like I don't feel like I need the video to quote unquote be perfect, and I don't want to do a bunch of cuts because that's just more work. It's like if I keep starting
Yeah.
and stopping and I got to go in and cut at every point, that's more work. So I just keep going because it's easier.
Well, you
But
could do this right here whenever you mess up. Oh.
yeah. Yeah, well, normally my camera be pretty far from me, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I don't even know what was I. I don't even know what the heck I see. Okay, yeah. So sometimes, yes, it's crazy. Uh, yeah. So sometimes I have a video that I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a quick one. I'll get my stuff set up. I'll record the video on one take, and I'm like, all right, cool. This is just gonna be quick. Then I get
Yeah.
into editing, and I'm just like, well, I can't just have just me, just the whole video. So now I gotta add in all this extra stuff,
And it's,
just so that way it's not just me talking to the camera the whole time, because I know people don't like that. So then that's where it's like this video that should have been quick. Now it turns into 3-4 hours of editing.
yeah.
Because now I'm adding this, and it's like, oh, well, I don't want to just have it come on the screen. I want to add some animation to it. So now,
Yeah.
boom, I got this. Now you got the animation, and then now that takes time. Oh, I gotta get this, so I gotta go into Photoshop and make this. Oh, in that time, man, it adds up. And where I think it's going to be, a 30-minute edit, 45-minute edit, hour edit, it turns into being 4 hours, and then it's like,
Right.
that time escapes me. Like I'll start editing, like I'm up early, so I'll start editing, a video at say 6:30 in the morning, and I'm like, all right, my cutoff time is 8 because I got stuff I got to do today. With that
Yeah.
8 o'clock roll around, and I'm in it, I'm
Yeah.
immersed,
You
and
like
I'm in it. So I'm just like, now I just want to get it done. So the next thing I know, it's 10 o'clock before I'm getting done, and it's just like I can't keep doing that. What up, Till Vision? Yeah, I'm an Ohio guy, man, and I'm still very surprised that the Bengals is going to the Super Bowl. Like that's very hard to believe. Like it's just I still can't believe that the Bengals going to the Super Bowl. That just blows my mind. So I had to rep for him on this live. But yeah, so yeah, it's a struggle. I think that's what I want to try to get to, is where I just set aside just a couple hours every day just to edit. Like I normally try to record my videos on the weekend, so that way I'm not having to do it during the week, because I have so much other stuff that I have to do during the week. So I try to record
Yeah.
on the weekends and then edit during the week. But the struggle be real sometimes, man. It's just like you say this is what you want to do, but then life gets in the way, and then that's
Yeah.
just that. So that's definitely hard.
That's true. I've had, numerous circumstances where, I thought I was going to be able to do something like that. And then I have to reroute, change plans. But one of the biggest things that, I've been kind of experimenting with is, uh, my channel started on vlogs. And so that's kind of where I like my videos to be. So I've been kind of experimenting with being able to put my vlog and mix it with the photography so that I could still, capture the audience while still being able to put a little more in there.
So speaking of vlog, when you gonna go back to doing some on location photo shoots? You've been real
Man,
comfortable in your basement, brother. You've been real
yeah,
comfortable.
that's
When like when I first found you on YouTube, bro, like everything you was doing was on location. And I remember I stumbled across your stuff and I was just like, I don't know, man. I just watched your stuff. Like I subscribed to your channel and I was just like, it's cool. Like I watched it, but you was always on location. Like you had some stuff here and there where you was doing something in your basement. For the most part, you was on location for most of the stuff. So now you've been mainly in your basement, which I'll straight up say I get it. Because every time when I go out to do a video or do a photo stuff, like all the things you have to pack up to take on, especially doing a video, right? Like, especially when you're
telling
doing
you.
a video with photography, because you got to take out all your video stuff and all your photo stuff. Like, it's not like you just going out doing photo and all you need is a camera and a lens. You're doing natty light, you cool. It's like, now you got to take
Exactly.
all that stuff. It's a lot of stuff, but it adds a different dynamic to it. So when do you think you're gonna get back to doing those on location shoots?
So the thing is that honestly, I don't I don't like being, in my basement because I don't really like shooting on just a backdrop, and it takes a lot more work to go get props and things like that, which is something that I'm trying to push myself to do in 2022, just to build more sets and add more interest to the photo shoot. So I'm trying to do that piece, but as far as outside, man, when the weather break, oh, I'm going to be back out there because right now it's about 15 degrees and teammate ain't going out there.
Bro, go out there and get in that snow, man. I've been jealous of y'all East Coast folks, man. I do miss the snow. And if we had some, I mean I could drive to it, but it's just not the same. Uh
Yeah. Well,
but
you
yeah,
got the well, you another piece of it is, having dedicated models that are going to come through, man.
yeah.
You get so many flakes that it's like I don't want to pack all this stuff up and say we're going to do this shoot for you to hit me up and say, "Oh, I have to do such and such. Can we reschedule?" All right. Now, back in the early days of my YouTube, I would kind of tolerate it more because I didn't really have models that I couldn't really be choosy back then,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
But now it's like, oh no, okay, we can't do that because you wasting my time now.
right. Yeah, Bri said, what style of video do you think does best, informative or vlogging slash BTS? I'll let you answer that first.
Let's see, man. I'm going to say, ah, this is kind of hard because what I'm going to say is that I feel like as far as support on informative videos, I feel like people are more likely to get informed and then peace out on you. Now with vlogs, I know I've even got it. Like I'm trying to fix my refrigerator. Oh, try this. Okay, I'm gonna try it and then I'm done. Like that's it. I got what I needed for you. But as far as like support, when you talk about vlogs, I'm gonna say vlogs and BTS kind of separate. So vlogging, I feel like gets more love than BTS because I feel like vlogging, people are there for you exclusively. BTS, people are probably there for the gear and things like that. So when you make a video and you're a vlogger, people gonna tune in regardless. But now if you make that BTS video, if it's not the Canon R5 that they use, then they may be less interested, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
so that's why I like vlogs, because I know that if I get my audience off of vlogging, it don't matter what I'm talking about. They there for me, you know?
yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with that. You know, the informative videos, they're good for longevity, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
typically, you know, like if I'm doing a video on lighting of some sort, if you already know about lighting, you're not going, like, that video is not going to interest you. Like, you might watch it to support me, but that
yeah,
video is not really going to interest you because you know it. It's basic stuff, you know it. But there's always new photographers getting into the game, or there's always photographers that's just getting into lighting, for example, right? So those videos have longevity, but they're not going to do the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more of a marathon with that type of video. So it's like, that's mainly the content that I make, but that's just because that's just the content that I like to make. Like, I'm not a vlogger. I don't do a lot of BTS stuff. Like, I just have a lot of knowledge on photography. So it's fun for me to make those kind of videos. And I do that knowing that those numbers aren't going to hit. But yeah, like you said, with the vlogging, like, vlogging is just you, right? So if somebody
yeah,
watches your vlog and they subscribe to your channel off of that vlog,
yeah,
yeah, they subscribing to you, because
exactly.
that's what you're doing. Like, you literally just show, like, dude, there'll be stuff that'll get recommended to me when I'm on the YouTube, and it'll just be like a couple that has 1 million subscribers, and literally the videos is just them just
Them,
living life.
exactly.
Like, there is nothing about like, it's literally just them, which is not my thing. Like, I don't particularly get into that because I don't know. I just never really, like, if I know you, like, if you start vlogging, I'd be into it because I know you. Like, I
Yeah,
personally know you. Like, I talk to you, I know you. So I would be interested in what you got going on. It's like, if I don't know you, I don't know. I mean, I guess unless if you was like a really interesting person, maybe. So I don't know.
yeah,
So yeah, you know, the vlogging, I think the vlogging, like, those are the ones where it's like, yeah, you definitely can have like those numbers out the gate. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, if you got subscribers, you got people that's rocking with you on a vlog level, like, you put that vlog out, like, people want to know what you did today. So they clicking
exactly.
on that joint to see, you know what I'm saying? So it really just, you know, when it comes to YouTube, it's like, you know, what do you want out of your channel? You know, do you want numbers and growth, or do you want to just make content that you want to make? I want to make content that I want to make. That's what I do that. Like, for you, and it, you know, doesn't, there's no right or
Yeah.
wrong, but like, for you, like, what's more important, like the numbers and the growth, or you making content that you enjoy making?
I think for that, I would have to say I'm kind of in the middle, because you know, so one of my things was, for me, you know, in my career, right? Like 9 to 5. My dream was to be
I can't wait to hear it now.
Oh man, you see what you did right there. Oh man, I like that. I like that, Christopher. Tell him um, I, I didn't think he was going to get that light meter, Christopher.
This is a FYI, that the light meter discussion will never die.
Yeah,
Never.
but so I think
I'm
I think
here
I'm
for it.
like kind of half and half, just because of course I want the growth. I want the growth for sure. Now, the numbers come with that. Hopefully, you know, they have some type of correlation. Um, but for me, you know, my 9 to 5 career wise, my dream as a child was to be an engineer and work for NASA. And I was able to accomplish that early. So for me, this YouTube thing is like another outlet to a new beginning. So that's why I try to push as hard as I can to try to make it, make it come into fruition, because the possibility is definitely there as long as you push and give it as much as you possibly can, you know?
Yep, yep, yep. So I mean, do you have any desire to ever do YouTube full time? Like obviously if it just happened, you would probably jump on it, right? But I mean,
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
a
So
goal? Is that like
that
something you're striving for?
that's definitely the goal for me. That's definitely the goal. So like, of course, if I didn't have all the overhead, then I'll just, jump right into it. But right now, I feel like the pace that I create content is a decent pace for somebody that still has a 9 to 5.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Cause I mean, like I'm a full-time photographer and I still struggle to find the time to make videos because and I don't know where you at what you make off of your videos. You're gonna be you way more than me because you've been doing it way longer and you get way more views. But for me, it's like the YouTube money isn't even, and
Oh
I'm in
yeah,
LA, right? So
yeah.
you
Oh
know the
yeah,
cost of
yeah.
living
So
is crazy here. So it's like for me to really focus on making videos, that's taken away from me marketing or me doing a shoot or whatever that's going to actually help me bring money in, so I have to balance
exactly,
that because like at the end of the day I still got to I got to get my bills paid, as much as I enjoy making these videos. It's like
exactly.
they're not paying the bills, right? So you gotta find that balance. But it's a struggle because YouTube, if you're not consistent, it's almost like you start over every time, right? So, unless you if you got a following, because like
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard of or if you watch Sean Tucker. You ever heard of Sean Tucker by chance?
No, I never heard of
Yeah, so he's man, I think he's in London or something like that. But he basically prides himself on his channel of not just putting out content to put out content. Like he used to put out like one video a month. I think he puts out a little bit more now. But he has a decent sized following and people really enjoy his content because he puts a lot into it, right? So he can go a month in between, put out a video, people gonna click it. Like people, they waiting for that next video because he's built that following. When you
Yeah,
don't have that, it's like if I was to take a week off, 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off, didn't do no video, and then come in and drop a video, YouTube's not going to push that video. It's like it basically I start
exactly.
over, right? So if I had put in a whole month where I was just like grinding, I'm putting out videos, like okay, I'm starting to get a little bit of traction. The minute that I take a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks off, it's like that's all out the window. So it's a struggle because even though like I'm not doing YouTube to make a living off of YouTube, like my goal is not to be a full-time YouTuber. At the same time, it's almost like a self goal to just see what I could do with the channel, right? You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
it's
yeah,
not like
yeah,
I'm hurt if I put out a video and it doesn't get views, like that doesn't hurt my feelings. Like I'm not like, oh man, like what do I need to change? It's like, no, I'm not pressed about it in that regard. But it is kind of like this self challenge to myself, like, okay, let's see what we could do with it. Like when my channel got deleted, I almost didn't even fight to get it back because I was just
mm,
like YouTube could be so stressful sometimes trying to balance everything and do all this stuff. I was just like, what, I would just rather not even have a channel. But then I was just like, nah, like I worked hard for what I had, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna get it back and I'm gonna keep it going. So yeah, it's just at this point, like it's almost like a challenge to just see where I can go with it. And I just enjoy helping people. Like
yeah.
that's like my main motivation for even doing YouTube stuff is just to help people. I just enjoy helping people. Like that's just the type of person that I am. So it's a struggle when you got other stuff to do though.
Yeah, 1000%.
See, Bree said that's up for me. I'm at the point where I don't want to do anything I don't enjoy. My style of video would be literally a vlog of my shoot days. YouTube is just intimidating to me. Man, Bree, like okay. Like I watch YouTube videos, and this is like real talk. Like, I'm not judging anybody because I know like the struggle of doing YouTube videos. So don't take this like I think I'm better than anybody, because I'm not. I'm not saying that. But I've seen videos that are just very, very bad videos. Whether it be the audio isn't good, the video isn't good, the delivery is dry, the content isn't good. I mean, I've seen some really bad videos, but I can always appreciate them for putting it out there, because that's the first step, right? It's like if you don't just start and just do something, you're never going to get your feet off the ground. So it's like at least they took the time to make the video and they put it out there, and that's the first step. And it's like me and Mid, we was talking about, eventually we're going to do some videos where we go back and look at some of, the first videos that we did. I just looked at one of my old videos yesterday. It's cringeworthy, man. Like it just, I would do it so different now. And it's just like, I mean, man, that umbrella softbox video that I did like 4 years ago, I get comments on that video every day. And I'm literally like, if that video didn't have as many views as that video had, I would delete that video, because I would do it so different now. It wasn't a terrible video. It definitely wasn't a terrible video, but it wasn't up to my caliber now. Like I would not put that video out today. So you just have to start, right? Like even if the video isn't perfect, you just got to start somewhere. You just got to put some content out there, and then you grow from there, right? Like you do one video, you watch that video, you like, oh, okay. Like I said, too many times or something like that. Let me fix that the next go around. And then you improve. I still do that now. Like there's sometimes like I'll do like I do this so many times, and I'm like, people gonna think that I snort coke or something as many times as I rub my nose, because I don't even realize that I'm doing it until I watch the video, and I'm like, man, I rubbed my nose like 10 times in that video for no reason. It's just like just out of habit, I guess. I don't even know, but I still put the videos out there because I'm like, I did the video. I'm gonna put it out there. I don't care. But yeah, you just gotta do it. What you think?
Yeah, man. Well, YouTube for me was a rude awakening, because I had this mindset of thinking that it would be pretty easy to just get on there and make things go smoothly. But it was a rude awakening for me. But I'm definitely one with the mindset to just go out and do it. And you can see it in my videos. Like, when I first started, I know I had a camera. And I was like, okay, I took some pictures at different little things, but not nothing on the professional top photography scale. So, when I started the channel, I'm like, hey, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this journey together. And
Yeah.
it was kind of good, because it was like I got hit with a lot of constructive criticism. I took a lashing, to be honest. Like, but it kind of helped me, because it taught me how to be able to take critiques and just people just straight trying to slaughter you in the comments.
Yeah. It'd be brutal sometimes. And man, that's I would definitely say that. Like I've always been the type where it's like, I don't care what people say about, like, I've just, I got thick skin. It's like, feel how you want to feel, say
Mm-hmm.
what you want to say. It doesn't bother me. But I would be lying if I said that sometimes I didn't, like, stuff gets to me sometimes, because
Yeah,
especially like when it's something
certain.
that, if you put a lot into something and you feel like it's quality, and then somebody comes behind and they say something, it's not necessarily critique. Like I don't mind critique, right? If somebody's just like, they give me something that's constructive and it's like something that I can actually be like, okay, I see that, I can fix that next go. That's fine. But you
Yeah.
have people just on the internet in general, but you have people in the YouTube space that they're just a-holes, man. Like they're just saying stuff. They're not even trying to help you. Like they're just saying what they're saying. And it's just like, yo, like where your videos at? You know what I'm saying? Like, let
Exactly.
me see you do better. You know, so it's hard to not want to snap back at that stuff. But at the same time, you know, it's not worth it, you know, and it's
Yeah.
like we all have like those moments where it's like no matter how strong you're trying to be or how much you don't care, like sometimes like somebody just hit you at just that right time where it's just like not today, you know, and you go in. But you know, I try to, and I don't really get too much of that these days because I'm pretty consistent with like how I do my videos. So it's like if you watching my videos, they pretty much gonna be the same every time. Like I try to be consistent with my stuff. I always try to think of what people can say,
Yeah.
and I try to say it. You know, I try to do the Eminem 8 Mile thing, man. Like
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
can think that somebody gonna say, I try to shut it down in the video. So that way, if you still comment on it, it's like I already said that, bro. Like, why you even?
Well,
But
that's one thing that kind of irked me, right? So, all right, you know, back when I first started, yeah, I used to get comments well, I'm not going to say when I first started because at first I didn't get any comments. So then I guess it started getting comments because people start to care a little bit, I guess. So I started getting comments, and then that's when you get the critiques. You get some that's helpful, and then you get some that they're just being straight, you know, disrespectful with it. But, you know, to your point where you shut things down, sometimes I hate the comments of things that you already know. Like, you know, I know this. Why are you saying it again? For example, a recent video I did at Imaging USA, right? I put the video out, but it was a lot of parts that was out of focus. And the reason why those parts was out of focus was because I was recording in one hand with my Sony A7S II, and then I had my cell phone in the other hand going live so that people could watch. So I'm recording with two hands, you know what I mean, and still trying to get the content. And so obviously I made the video and I know it's out of focus. And then you comment and say, man, you're out of focus. I'm like, okay, like clearly I've edited this video, right?
right. Yeah, you know, to Tron's point though, I mean, he said some people give good advice but don't know how to say it in a helpful way, and I agree with that 100%. I always try to think of it that way, and I always also try to look at it as, you know, sometimes things don't convey very well via words. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
somebody could have good intention, but it comes off the wrong way in words and how they type it. And it's like, you know, you perceive it based on how you perceive it. So I could be like, yo, mid, like your light is a little off. And I'm saying it, you know, in a helpful way, like, you know, whatever. You might take it
yeah,
as like, what you mean? Like my light, like my light is perfect. Like, you know, like how
yeah.
you perceive it is not always how people try to deliver it. So
Trying to deliver.
right.
That's true,
So
because you could be like, yeah, that picture might be a little overexposed on them on that rim light. So you know you might need to get a light meter and try to meter for that. You want that
that
f8, but that's f5.6 or something.
that light, that's right. If you had the light meter, yeah, RBJ, yeah. So he said, man, that security guard was getting ready to cook you, bro. So let me say, so that security guard, and this is why I put in the video that, you know, she had the right to be frustrated with me. You know, like I always try to be real and transparent. Like, am I like I don't want to, you know, paint somebody out to be something that they're not, right? So we was at that location. I was there for a while, and I found that location just on Google Map, and I saw that building, and I'm like, that building's legit. So we went over there. It took me a while to get everything set up. We're shooting for a while, and then I saw that little part that I guess, according to the security guard, is a lake. I don't. It just looked like a bunch of rocks to me, but apparently it was a lake. There's normally water in there. So right as we was getting ready to shoot in that, she rolled up, and she rolled her window down. And like I told Mid, but I didn't put in the video, the reason why I was a little irked by her was because she rolled her window down and she sized me up. And I don't know, like that, it just rubbed me the wrong way, because I just didn't appreciate, like, I'm a hood dude. So first of all, you just rolling up on me and rolling your window down. Like, that just doesn't sit well with me. But she rolled up, she sized me up. She's like, you can't shoot. I don't even remember what she said, but it was real short. Like, this is private property. They don't allow shooting. You need to pack up your stuff and go. So because she rolled up, she sized me up. She said that. And then after she said that, she looked at me like I was an idiot for even being there. So because of that, I was just like, screw it. I'm going to just still get some shots at this. Because like normally I try to talk to them. Like if they kick me out, I normally try to just be like, can I just stay for another 10, 15 minutes? Or I'm like, who can I talk to get permission to shoot here? Like I'm normally cool about this stuff. But because she came at me like that, I was like, screw it. Nope, I'm gonna get these shots. So she drove, she rolled up, she drove like a little bit to the back, turned around and just parked there. And I was just still shooting. Like still, I mean, like in the video, I cut a lot of it out, but I probably shot for another 10, 15 minutes. Like after she said we had to go. So at the point that she rolled up, she had sat there for 15 minutes watching me continue to shoot after she told me that we couldn't shoot there. So by the time she rolled up, she got out the car, she was probably just very annoyed. And I'm assuming that I don't know if she had to come from home or where she came from, but she wasn't on the property. Like she came from somewhere. So I'm guessing she was just agitated that she had to drive there. And I guess they had that problem all the time. So, she rolled up, she said what she said. And basically I was just trying to talk to her just to see who I needed to talk to see if I could get permission to shoot there. That was all I wanted to talk to her about. But y'all saw she shut that down. Like she didn't want to talk to me about nothing. So when I was just telling her about the sign, that was just because she was talking to me like I was an idiot for shooting there. Like I should have known better. Like at one point I didn't put it in the video, but I said something and she was like, how do you not know that? You're a grown man. Like, how old are you? I didn't put that in there because that part really annoyed me. And I was just like, I didn't want to just keep having that replay. But she just kept talking to me like I should have known that I wasn't supposed to be there. So that was the only reason I was even pressing the sign thing, because in LA, it's like if there's no sign that says, you can't trespass, or there's no fence, then I mean, even if she would have called the cops, like they wouldn't have done anything. They would have just told me to leave because there was no sign, there was no fence. So yeah, she just, I don't know, man. Maybe she just was having a bad day, or she had, I don't know, so I try to be cool, but I just don't appreciate, I don't do well with people not respecting me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm a respectful dude, but if you come at me sideways, it's like I can only come at you so straight. It's like if she would have just rolled up and would have just been like, yo, like, sorry, my boss is like, they don't allow photography here. So, my apologies, but you got to go. I probably wouldn't even have hung around and kept shooting. But when you size me up, it's a problem.
That was the problem. That was the one.
That was the problem. And that wasn't in the video because my 5D4 died, so I only had my GoPro at that point, and you really couldn't see it, so I didn't put it in there. But yeah, it was a shame though, because that area was really nice, and I guess that company, they own all the buildings on that whole street, which there was definitely some cool stuff there. And a part of me wants to go back again just to see if she roll up again, be like, oh, what's up? But I'm not gonna do that though. So yeah, so that was that.
That location was definitely nice.
Yeah, I would love to go back at a better time of day. So when I did that shoot, I think I met her at 11 o'clock, I think. It was either 11 or 12 o'clock. So obviously, like, you know, that was like right midday. And the only reason I was down with meeting at that time was because I knew I was going to shoot flash. So I was like, okay, you know, it's not too big of a deal. But man, doing that when the light was better, really even being able to just shoot natty light over there would have been amazing. But like I said, I don't know that I'll go back because I mean, when she hit me with the, you know, I don't need that pressure, I was that kind of broke my heart, man. I was just like, it sounded like she was going through some things, so I wouldn't want to go back. So yeah, that is that. Send me that location. I had to go for a full ready for the smoke. Yeah, man. I don't know when it come to that. I'm definitely soft when it come to that stuff. Like I try to, cause I don't know. I know like they just doing their job. They just doing their job. So I try, but you know,
Yeah.
it's like if sometimes like the male security guards, man, they be thinking that they're LAPD with it. And those are the ones where
Yeah.
I'm just like,
That's
I
where
get a
you
little
gotta be a
hood with
little
them.
extra
Yeah,
a-hole right
I
there.
get a little hood with them because again, like I don't mind being kicked out of a place, but you're not gonna talk to me like I'm beneath you. Like I'm not gonna tolerate that at all. Like that's just not gonna sit well with me. And some of them they try to talk to you like they above you. And it's like I ain't really worried about it, you know, them calling the cops. Because number one, if the cops even show up, which they probably
Right.
won't, but if they do show up, by the time they show up, you probably done or close to being done. And when they get there, they're just going to tell you to leave. Nothing's going to happen to you. And even if they cited you, it's just a little misdemeanor that they're not even pressing right now. Yeah, I know Ike would definitely that definitely would have went different if it was Ike for sure. Yeah, for sure.
What's that? Let's see.
Bri, it's because they jealous. Peter North here, old adult. Man, can you block that person, Mick? Or you got your phone out?
Yeah.
Because I need to. I'm logged in on different accounts. Like, uh, man, I need to. Man, if I was on my YouTube, I would make Ike a mod, but I'm not. I'm not in my on my account. Going to jail tonight. That's funny. Yeah, Bri. So what, Bri? If you still here, what is the scene like in Vegas when it comes to going to locations and shooting? Like, are they security heavy in Vegas as well?
Yeah, I think the biggest I haven't had any brutal dismissals. I
Yeah,
didn't
so
have
it's not
any.
it's not an issue out there where you at.
Well, I've gotten kicked out of places for sure, but I haven't had any super bad ones. Like I got kicked out of garage, of course, um, and then I got kicked off of a little private beach, and that's in one of my videos where I'm shooting, and they're like, "Ladies and gentlemen, please be advised, there's no access." There's no access to the beach. So I'm telling him, he's like, "Yes, sir, you have to leave this beach area." So I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna do it in a minute."
Yeah, I mean, what they gonna do?
Yeah,
It's
so
weird that that they always want to kick you out of parking garages. I've never really understood that. Like, even I think I even had that problem back home, where it's like, man, for whatever reason, they don't like you shooting in parking garages. Bree said, not really. If you're not on the strip, shooting in hotels is a little different because of the casinos, but other than that, it's pretty chill. That's nice. So when we in Vegas, later in February there. Hopefully we don't have no problems. RBJ said, I've had the Detroit police roll up on us twice and beg for us to get off the property so that they don't have to write us tickets. They were really cool though. RBJ, so I feel that because I know a couple cops here and they definitely don't like doing the paperwork. They definitely don't like doing the paperwork because between having to fill all the stuff out and then if they issue you a citation and then you take it to court, they got to show up at court and they just don't be feeling like being bothered with all that. So they would rather you just be cool and just be like, yo, save us, man. Like, we don't want to do it. Just go ahead and bounce. We all have a good day. So what's it like shooting in Detroit though, RBJ? Like, I don't know, you know, what you hear about Detroit. Like, you hear the stuff you hear about Detroit, you would think that Detroit was like you wouldn't even want to be out with your camera. You wouldn't even want to be out. Well, but I know it's probably not that bad.
Well, but the thing is, Toglife, is that RBJ does not reside in Detroit. He is a refined gentleman that moved to the suburbs.
Okay.
So he don't know nothing about that life.
I know how that is. That's exactly what I did. So I get that. That's actually funny because it reminds me of this dude that I used to work with back in the day. He was always repping Detroit, man. Like repping Detroit, like he was like deep in Detroit. And so I had never been to Detroit. So he was a contractor for us. So he would commute up to Columbus and then he would go home for the weekend. So, you know, we eventually got cool. And one time I was like, all right, bet, man, I'm just going to come kick it with you for the weekend just because I've never been to Detroit. You there? Like, you can show me around? Okay, cool. So I drove back with him and we driving, you know, we start getting to the Detroit signs and we passing the Detroit signs. We get to where like downtown Detroit's at. We passing downtown Detroit. And I'm just thinking like, I mean, the way dude was talking, like I thought we was about to be in the trenches of Detroit. Dude, he was like 40 minutes outside of Detroit. Like I don't even remember what the neighborhood was where he lived at. I can't remember. But he was so far out of Detroit that I'm just like, bro, you can't be.
That's what I'm saying. I don't go for it. If you're not in Detroit, you're not in Detroit. Don't say that you're in Detroit and then you all the way 30 minutes on the outer line of Detroit. You ain't in Detroit. That's like people say that they live in Atlanta. Then you get there and they live all the way by, man, come on, you on the outskirts. You know what it is.
Yeah. No, that's definitely how it was, man. I was a little disappointed because I don't even think we went into Detroit the whole time I was there. I remember I went to see Dave Chappelle. I don't remember where we saw him, but I don't even think we even went in. I think maybe we drove to Detroit. I think he showed me 8 Mile or something like that. But after that, I was just thinking to myself, like, bro, don't be talking, don't be repping Detroit. Like, I mean, he was repping Detroit hard though.
Hard, right?
Hard. Like
that's how they be. That's how they be.
Like the people that they'll have like a BMW or something like that, and they'll be repping it hard. Like, oh yeah, man, I got a little, I got a BMW, I got an M4, and then you go see it, and it's like a 1987 M4, and you're like that's no longer foreign, bro. That's a domestic. Like that thing, that's on domestic soil for way too long, bro. Like you can't be repping it like it's something fresh. So that's definitely how that was. But let's see. RBJ, I'm the same. I mean, I'm refined on these YouTube videos, but I mean, before I lived on my own, man, I grew up in the hood, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, everybody in Georgia say Atlanta. Yeah. I need to make it back to Atlanta. I haven't been to Atlanta in a while.
I heard that. Look, I'm working on the video that I did in Atlanta.
RBJ said, if you born and raised in Detroit, you could rep it all day long. Now, I dig that. I dig that. Yeah, I definitely dig that.
He taking that one personal.
Yeah, you know RBJ, man. I'm not trying to have him on me like he was about that light meter, you know. Yeah, hey, no doubt. A BMW on 10, but I keep them clean though. Yeah, man. I don't know. For some reason, that's a pet peeve of mine when people be talking about they foreigns, man, but they be old, man. It's like I dig it, man. You like what you like, and if what you have is what you have, but
I'm a
yeah.
D boy all day. You a DS, the Detroit suburban boy.
VA 804. Yeah, man. I wouldn't go back to Columbus, man. Columbus is cool. There's a lot going on in Columbus right now, and it's like people that's never been to Ohio, for whatever reason, they think that the whole state of Ohio is like Southern Ohio. Like they think it's all flat, all farm, and it's like Southern Ohio is like that. Southern Ohio is still pretty racist too. You definitely wouldn't want to. Cincinnati is okay, but outside of Cincinnati. But yeah, I wouldn't go back to Columbus, man. Like Columbus was cool, but it's like once you're gone, there's no reason to go back. It's good for raising a family, though. Cost of living is good, so it's real good for raising a family. But I missed that on the live, but I saw it on your stories though, and I was like, man, I wish I was in there. As a matter of fact, I think I saw that video not that long ago. I think I was watching some of your old videos just for the heck of it because there wasn't anything good on YouTube. So I was like, let me go back and watch some of his travel vlogs. And I think I saw, maybe I don't know if I saw that or not, because I feel like I'd have texted you about it. You was feeling good in that road, bro.
Hey, that's remnants of the hood vibes right there, RBJ.
Yeah.
I ain't see nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Where was that at?
That was in Jamaica.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it goes down.
Yeah, that was Jamaica. I was feeling real good.
Yeah. So do you think so I mean obviously like your YouTube now is like a lot of photography stuff. You think you'll ever get back to doing travel vlogs?
Yeah, so I think for me, that's kind of the path that I'm kind of heading. Transition slowly. So that's why I try to keep like some photography in with the vlogs, because I just did it. And matter of fact, the video that I was telling you with Natalia. So like kind of did like a vlog type style, and that went over pretty well. So yeah, I think that's definitely where my stuff is going to go.
So just as a FYI, I just dropped the the StreamYard link in the chat. So if anybody wants to get up in here, come on in.
Yeah. Because now, I'm starting to get the audience that is really there for me. You know what I mean? Like they watching my content, but they really there for me. So that's what the cool thing is.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. You always talk about wanting to do more vlogs, but literally every time I think about doing a vlog, I'll get through the whole thing and then I'm like, I didn't record nothing. Like I didn't.
Hey,
Bri, you don't need no fancy mic.
RBJ, you still try to prove it to me.
Yeah, RBJ. So I mean, what's it? I mean, is Detroit like Detroit? Like, is it as bad as the media tries to portray it to be?
Toglife, he don't know.
That's why he's not answering my question. He's like, I'm not sure.
The boy don't know, Toglife.
He won in. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, I know.
He in here. Oh.
Man, you done lost your motherfucking mind.
Here we go.
Bro,
do we gotta keep it? Do we gotta keep it PG on here? Toglife?
I'm not worried. Okay.
I
We probably should, but I ain't worried about it.
Okay.
You out your MFM mind if you don't think my D card is real, bro. If you lost your mind, TMIDD,
Is it certified? Let us know.
certified USDA. If you lost your mind, you done lost your mind, bro. Don't ever cross them lines.
So is it as bad in Detroit as the media make it out to be?
No, it's not.
Man, I'm surprised you ain't jump in there and say he only said no because he don't know.
No, it's Detroit ain't like that, man.
Yeah.
Detroit ain't like that. Hold on, let me turn this up. There we go. Can you hear me good?
Yep, you good.
Yeah,
Let me fix my audio right quick.
You know, happy wife, happy life.
Hold on.
Yeah, man. So sometimes you gotta have that balance.
Hey, you got that perspective on.
Can you hear me?
On your side, right? Toglife with that I think so you can see all of us full screen.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be
Change your camera.
It should be
I think so you can see all of us full screen.
3 triple. Yeah, see the part that sucks about my setup is that my desk is up against the wall. So like how RBJ is right now, where you can see him straight on, like I can't do that because it's the wall right there. And you know, I'm not looking at this camera, so it keeps going in and out of focus, which I'm like, whatever.
I think we getting some feedback. Is that on your side, RBJ?
Yeah, it's gotta be him.
Feedback. Is that on your side, RBJ?
It's so delayed.
I turn my volume down, but I can't hear through my ear. Hold on one second. I turn my volume down, but I can't hear through my ear. Hold on one
second. Nah, I'm gonna be in. I'll be in Vegas. Bri, stop playing. Get in on the. Jump on in here.
Bri gotta hop on.
That way, if we need that female perspective, we got it. Stop playing. Get in on the. Jump on in here.
Bri. Hold on, where's that?
That way, if we need that female perspective, we got it.
Yeah, you still getting that feedback too, Todd?
Yep.
Oh, so Till Vision, you planning on going to WPPI? Oh yeah, that is RBJ audio.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure he'll get it together.
Yeah, he gotta get that set up right.
Yeah, I need to get like a better setup. Like we went live just because I wanted to test out this StreamYard thing because I haven't done it. So I haven't went live in a while because I'm trying to bring a little bit more dynamic to the live. Like the lives that I was doing, like I don't know, like I don't be like when I go live, like I feel like I have a little bit to talk about, and then after that, it's like I don't be knowing what to talk about. So it's like when you either don't have somebody that you could bounce stuff off of, or you know, I could show my screen and be doing something. Cause like since I don't go live that often, and my lives don't be lit like your lives, because I don't be having the baddies doing the photo shoots. So
hey, that's word
the photo in my
me
lives, but the chats just don't like it don't be enough, and I don't want to just be talking just to be talking.
So, yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like that's really why I haven't been live.
That's kind of the good thing, because you know when I do go live, you know, you worried about the live, you worry about recording the actual video, you worry about taking the pictures, worrying about the lighting, all that other stuff. The great thing that I like about the live that I've been able to sustain is that you start to get everybody in the chat kind of making conversation with themselves when I'm like not able to really entertain it all the time. So that's like the great thing about that.
Yep. And that's the hardest part too, because like when I be going live, when I was going live, like you try to keep an eye on the chat, but especially like when you go live on your phone, and I don't understand why it's like this. When you go live on your phone, like the chat doesn't stay up. So you got to keep hitting the screen to see the chat. And then, you know, if you haven't checked it in a while, you got to scroll and all that stuff to get to the chat. And it's like, if I'm trying to do whatever I'm doing where I'm at, like I just can't, like trying to do the live, check the chat, respond to the chat, keep doing the live. I'm just not that good at it.
You might got 30 requests in the chat talking about, make sure she point her right toe.
And then by the time you get to it, like you passed it. So, and then like when I did that, when I tested that firmware, like that's when I realized like I can't prioritize live over other stuff, because like that location that I was at was a terrible location, but it was the only spot that I got service. So I stayed in that location just so I could go live. But then my YouTube video suffered because I wasn't in a good spot. There wasn't a lot of cars that came through. So I was just like, I can't be prioritizing going live over whatever it is I'm trying to do. So
did you feel like hard, well, that one was wasn't that one supposed to be like right on the cusp of the firmware coming out? So
it had just dropped like a day, a day before that or something like that. So I wanted to get in on that. I think it dropped the day before. It dropped the day before, and then I had to wait because I knew I was gonna go out that next morning to do the stuff.
To do it.
So I was just a little slow. That's why the video that I put out was just that little 2-minute video, because I didn't even have any good content to even make an actual video. So it definitely these lives is tough.
You start fumbling for other content. Like that's one thing that I like all of my videos that I've done, I always keep the videos because storage is so cheap. So
that's interesting because I don't.
You don't? Yeah, it's crazy because what we have is pretty much we're going to, I could take some of that old footage and throw it in the new video.
So Ike, about the B-roll, it's funny you say that, because almost every video I make, I have the intent to put a lot of B-roll in. But that B-roll is the stuff that just adds to the time to doing the video. And sometimes I'm just like, if I don't, so that's to your point, Mid, that stuff is good because that's B-roll that you would have.
B-roll.
Like there was the video that you did when you did your studio or your space, like how you do your home studio. All of that stuff was perfect because everything that you was talking about, you was able to just go and just grab footage
and
from
clip the video exactly and throw it in there.
Whereas it's like I don't have that because I really haven't recorded any stuff like that, so I don't have that. And it's like sometimes, like when I'm talking about stuff, normally if I have time, I will try to put stuff in it to go along with what I'm talking about. But like actual B-roll footage, like actual video, for the most part, like I don't have that video. So I would have to go out and do that video for the video, which will make making the video even more time consuming and more effort. So it's like, as much as I know that would add to it, it's sometimes just like for me right now, like I just don't have the content. I don't have the video and I don't have the time to do it either. But I definitely want to get there. But it's tough when you don't have it. Yeah, it's tough because especially like when you're trying to put out content every week. Like if if I was doing content, like if I was doing like one video every 2 or 3 weeks, the way that I am and as detailed as I am, like my videos would be top notch if I was doing like one every couple weeks. But you know, when you're trying to do like 2 videos a week, 3 videos a week, it's hard to do that when you don't have the content, because then it's like I'm basically making 2 videos.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
And
just
you
I
like
just don't be
thinking
having
about
that
all
time.
those pieces. And you know, when I did the video of like my minimalist desk setup, man, when I was like doing B-roll for that, I'm like, yo, like this is a lot of B-roll to add to what I'm already trying to do, you know?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping this year to do more BTS stuff and have more of that content. And as the year goes on, like, you know, my goal, like this year, like I was just like, okay, my main goal was I wanted to be consistent with content. Like that was basically my only goal for YouTube was be consistent with
Oh
content.
yeah.
And obviously have like decent quality content, but at the same time, it was just like, okay, that will improve. You know what I'm saying? Because like a problem that I have with myself is just like I want everything to be perfect. And it's like if it's not perfect, then I don't want to put it out. I don't want to do it. It's like if everything isn't exactly how I want it to be, then I don't want to do it. I don't want to put it out. And
Oh yeah.
that's just not the way to do it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a point to be consistent. I'm gonna make sure that my videos are decent. And then just as the year goes on, I will improve. I'll get critique like what Ike just said, stuff like that. And then I'll just get better, you know, and it's like I'll just take that. And then as I do more, my workflow gets better. So then it doesn't take as much time. So yeah, right now I'm just in the early stage, man. I'm hoping that it improves as the year goes on.
Yeah, I think so like when you think about quality and quantity, you try to find like a balance.
I try to find a balance. Yeah, because you know, see, for me, it's tough because I'm not, you know, being a smaller channel. Like I said earlier, you got to be consistent if you want to keep the growth going, you know. And it's like,
Yeah.
as much as I don't care about the numbers and I don't care about any of that stuff, I don't. But because I'm doing it, I'm just like, well, let me see what I could do with it. Let me see how good I can be at it. You know, if I'm going to do it, like do it.
That's
So
true.
it's like, okay, I definitely want to keep that growth going, but then that means I got to be consistent. I got to have content. But it's like trying to have that content when you got a regular job. It's tough, you know. So it's like when you want to do that video and you want to add in that B-roll, it's just like, do I do the B-roll or do I market? You know, and
Oh
it's like
yeah.
for me, it's like if I don't have someone to shoot, I'm not making money. And it's like the
Yeah.
B-roll is not gonna make me money. So I have to prioritize marketing. Where it's like, really, I would want to do the B-roll because I'm like, man, I could do this B-roll. I could make this video legit, but I can only put so much time into YouTube. It's like I still gotta, you know, do my day-to-day stuff. You know, it's like that's the thing with when you self-employed, like people just think that you just have all the time in the world or it doesn't matter what you do. And it's like, no, like I still basically do a 9 to 5. Like I'm up at 6 a.m. at the latest every morning. Normally I'm up at 5 a.m. and I'm out here in my office working. So,
Oh yeah.
you know, it's like I still basically do a 9 to 5. So the YouTube stuff, it's like I'm trying to work that in with all the other stuff that I have to do. And it's like, you know, you being a self-employed person, it's like you doing everything. It's like, well, you got a 9 to 5. There's a company that's taking care of all that stuff, all your accounting stuff, all the marketing, all of that stuff. You just show up and you do your job. And there's other people, like everything else is being taken care of. When you self-employed, you are everybody else. I mean, unless you hiring somebody to do the stuff for you, which, you know, I'm not at the point where I'm making all that extra money to be hiring people to do stuff. It's like it's expensive here. So yeah, it's just tough to find that time to do YouTube stuff. It's tough for me to even do Instagram stuff. Like y'all see, like I don't even be posting that much stuff on my Instagram because it's a struggle trying to balance all this stuff where it's like Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat, YouTube and your website, marketing, this, that. It's so much. It's just, it's like you only have so much time, so you just have to prioritize, you know.
Listen, there's so many social media outlets that it's literally a job within itself.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, RBJ,
Like,
you aren't you starting a channel?
That's what I've been saying. Yeah.
So what's been your hesitation, man?
Oh man, it just seems like there's too much of a production. Like I see what TMIDD and them doing, it's way too much. You got this camera here, that camera there. You got to go home and break down the live camera. Then you got the video camera. Then you got just all that. It's a mess, man. So I don't know if I want to do all of that, but I think I'm going to put one out there. I think I'm going to start off by probably going live first on my YouTubes, just, you know, going live for some topics first, and then going out there and hitting some BTS type stuff and doing some shoots.
Yeah. The lives are definitely easy because there's no editing. There's not a whole lot of production. You know, you set up your lighting, which I don't even have any lighting. This is just the lighting in my office. But you know, you set up your lighting, you go live, you got your video, you know, but it's tough because even when I go live, you know, I might have 8 people, 10 people, you know, it's like my lives ain't jumping like Miz live because it's different content, right? It's like if I'm just going live and I'm just talking, you know, even people that rock with me, like if you got something going on, you're not really gonna stick around just to listen to me talk, like, and it's just me, you know, it's like I don't got no conversation with nobody, it's just me just talking. Like even if you rock with me, like you only gonna stick around for so long just to hear me talk.
It's
you know,
different.
So that's why I haven't
thong in the background on. You got that thong in the background. Right? That kind of helps when you got that thong.
Yeah. Hey. So you know, I don't have no eye candy like that jumping off in my videos. So yeah, it just the lives is they're tough, but they're easy though. They're easy.
Yeah, the lives are a lot easier. But yeah,
TMIDD. Yeah.
We got to get you to Detroit, TMIDD. I want you to carry all that equipment that you have. We're gonna go to where I go. I don't live there. I don't live there. Yeah. I'm smart. Let's get back on that topic.
TMIDD. Hey, RBJ.
My mama didn't raise no fool. I'm not a
fool. RBJ. I'm gonna let you know. Hey, I'm a real deal Billy. I'm real deal slime. That's all I'm gonna say, cuz.
You ready from the D.
I'm real deal slime.
That's what they all say.
Real deal.
That's what they all say till they come to the D.
Right.
We like the Roach Motel. We like the Roach Motel. You check in, your ass man that check out.
Hey, if you know what a real stepper is?
No, tell me.
I ain't gonna tell you. Just look it up.
A real stepper. Yeah. See, we don't. Yeah. Detroit. We owe these steppers in Detroit. We don't have to look nothing up in Detroit.
Oh yeah,
come with me. We gonna get it in Detroit, and then we gonna leave like we supposed to.
Oh yeah. Hey, but I already told you that spot that I had seen when I was down there that I wanted to check out. I was on the Lime scooters going down that main road, but
that's Woodward.
It just looked, yeah, exactly. That spot right there. So do they got like, that's like a permit area? They hassle you or no?
I've shot down there. They don't really mess with you. You got to be, you know, you either go there early or you go there kind of like when it's not busy, you know. But we got this. We got this one cat though that's buying up everything. He owns the Cleveland Cavaliers. What's his name? I forget his name, but he's buying up everything under it's called something rock, platinum rock, something rock down there in Detroit. And this dude, that's what I was telling y'all. And the police came and kind of was like begging, please, man, y'all cool, y'all getting it in. Just stay out of this area right here because you know they own this whole area. I mean, this was at nighttime, dude. This is like 10:30 at night. I'm like, what? There's nothing here. you know. But yeah, we in Detroit downtown. Here's how Detroit works, TMIDD. Just no BS. I'm just being real. This is how Detroit works. Downtown in Detroit proper, you okay down there. We still keep the thing on us. We still stay ready down there. But in down in that area in Detroit, it's fine. In the city, it's built up. It's good.
Yeah.
It's when you get like in Gratiot, Mack Avenue, Jefferson, down in that area is where you will literally get your stuff stolen.
Oh
yeah. My sister-in-law got shot at a gas station right there on Mack Avenue. And when I found out, because they from Chicago, but they've been there for a while, but she was younger. And I was like, you was at Mack Avenue by the projects? What are you thinking? You know, and these was just girls going out having a good time, and they happened to say no. They said no to these guys that was flirting with them. And my man said, oh, yeah. And he rolled around. When he rolled back around, he just started busting. Pop, 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 pop. And right as she got into the store, she had got shot. She's okay, but you know, we get that phone call at 3 a.m. My wife's sister's down at the hospital. And they don't play. It's just stupid stuff down there. You know, you said you're not interested in a guy. And my man rolled up on some girls and started shooting on them, you know, banging on them. So, you know, it's ridiculous. But that was in the area, the neighborhoods leading up to downtown.
Downtown.
That's because downtown now in Detroit is pretty much gentrified almost now. Now you got the white people. At one point, the white people were in Detroit, right? Then it got bad. It got bad in the 70s, 80s, and all the white people. We call it in Detroit. We call it the white flight. All the white people moved out to the suburbs, and then Detroit got bad. And then now, when that guy that I was telling you about, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on him. He owns the Cleveland Cavaliers. He owns a lot of business down here. Him and some other partners started building Detroit back up, and now the white people have moved back in downtown, and now almost black people can't afford housing down there.
That sounds like DC. That sounds like DC.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it is. So of course, when you go down downtown Detroit, they got security all day. You ain't gonna really if you go to Greektown, you may have heard on the news. Sometimes some stuff pop off in Greektown, right? That's like a little strip, like Greektown there. You got all the restaurants and stuff down there. But for the most part, look, you know it's good when white people are running with their dogs downtown.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to make fun of white people. I'm just telling you that's how you know Detroit is back now, because now you got people out there running, you got their dogs, they got their family. It ain't gonna really pop off. Now where Volandez be like in the hood. He'd be like 8 Mile, 7 Mile. You see him with guns and stuff. That's the area where I wouldn't even take you to, teammate, because it just doesn't make sense to even try to
be in the trenches like that.
It's not smart. It's just not being smart, because you know you got all this equipment, and you know how you roll. You got a lot of equipment with you. We got a lot of things going on out there. I mean, yeah, we can have some stuff on us, but they gonna have some stuff on them too. So you just gotta move smart. And honestly, that's why I moved out of Detroit. And I'm trying to get my mom to come out of there, but she's coming out now. She finally gets it. But that's why I don't live in Detroit. I'm gonna always rep it, because I was born and raised in there until I was in my 20s. But it goes beyond crime. It's too expensive to live in Detroit. The freaking car insurance is expensive. Homeowners insurance is expensive, because it's a lot of theft and crime. So I'm not making money. I'm losing by living in Detroit unless they relax all of that stuff. So you're gonna hear me coming from the burb. but the crazy part is I'm right next to another suburb, and if people from Detroit on this live, I'm right here in Ypsilanti. So Ypsilanti is not like the burb. Ypsilanti kind of rough too. It's like a Flint area of Michigan. So Ypsilanti is kind of tough too. So like I'm like 3 miles away from the hood right there, the Ypsi hood. And if people on here, they know what that's about, you know. So yeah, bro. Yeah. So I'm about to be real as it is from where I'm at.
RBJ, you do photo stuff full time, or you got a 9 to 5?
I work for one of the automotive industries full time. So
okay.
Yeah.
So then you do you do your photo stuff on the side. So do you have any plans to do photo stuff full time, or is it always just a side hustle for you?
No, it's a side hustle for now. But when I retire in the next 15, I'm probably I want to have this just photography popping off. What I want to have, my goal in 15 years is to have at least two studios, so that I'm renting those studios out and getting that passive income when I'm sleeping at home. Somebody's paying me to use my studio while I'm at home sleeping. I want that passive income. That's the goal, you know. And by the time I retire from Ford Motor Company, is to be right there with my studios, renting it out and still pushing out. I don't know if you guys know, my dad is a retired photographer. So that's where I got it from. My dad is retired. He worked for Ford, but he was also a retired photographer. And that's how I learned, man. I have a twin sister too. So we were his models when we was younger, man. I'd be like, man, hey, Rod, you gonna come out and play kickball? Man, my dad got me in here posing. Come on, man. I want to go out and play, man. My father, like, one more click, just two more clicks, you know. But he was a really good, he's still alive, so I hate to say he was, but he's a good photographer. He handed it over to me. Yeah, he shot film, man. He had these bad cameras. Like, I don't know if you heard of the Mamiya RB 67.
67. Yep.
Yeah, he got the Mamayas, man. He got. He gonna let me get them. I'm gonna go over there and get them, and see what I could do with them. But they're in really good condition. But I get it from my dad. My dad was a photographer, so that's how I got into it.
Yeah, how long you been shooting?
All right, so I've been shooting I'm gonna just tell you, I've been shooting for like 15 years, but for the first 10 or so years, I was an automatic.
Oh man.
I didn't know, man. Hey, look, man, I didn't really know. I was just like, hey, man, it's an auto. It looked good. Pop out.
Hey, we love the honesty.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
I didn't know back, it may have been even actually it's been 20 years when I think about it. So, my father, started easing me off the auto, and quite as kept, man. We did weddings back in the day with my dad, but he's the lead photographer, and I was just taking BS. He just wanted to keep me busy with it, and I was just taking, and I just started getting good at it. And he said, "Look, man, it's time for you to get off the automatic, bro." He said, "We're gonna take you off of automatic." And I'll tell you this: the most moving thing, the most touching thing ever to happen to me was like 3-4 years ago. My dad is 70-something years old. So 3-4 years ago, one of my family members came to my dad and said, "Hey, we need you to shoot this for you. We need you to shoot something for me." And he said, "Nah, I need you to go see Rob, because he's he's that guy now." When my dad told me, he said, my father told me, "Hey, you can shoot way better than I ever been able to shoot." And my dad can shoot. Yeah. So when he told me that was like the official passing of the
stamp, right? Like,
he's like
official torch right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's like, dude, the equipment that you have, I never had that type of equipment you have now. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm proud of you, son." He said, "You the guy." And it's funny because TMIDD will always tell me sometimes, "Rob, I think you in your own way sometimes. You get a little anxiety. Remember you asked me about that, TMIDD? You said you have anxiety. Yeah. And my dad is the same way like that. He's like, "Rob, you know what you're doing. You got it. Just go do it." Because I'm sending anybody to you. I'm sending everybody to you now. So, you better take it. You better take it because it's coming your way. So I mean, I don't know if anybody has that relationship with their dads, but I mean, to have a man that you looked up to for all your life. He's the senior, I'm the junior. All my life I looked up to that man to finally tell me, "Yeah, you know more than I ever know. You are really good, son." And that just pushed me to go hard, man. So
it's like a sense of confirmation. So for me, that person to me is my brother. So like my brother, man, like can't even begin to say, like, doing something for LeBron James, did something for Wale, did something for Idris Elba. So at first, so So I'm gonna get him on here one day, because what he be doing, it's like so humbling, because he does all this stuff and he just doesn't really mention it. You know what I mean? So for me, it was the thing where I was doing photography, and he wouldn't ever really throw me anything because he would always get something, but he would never want to do it because he stopped going into digital like that. He started doing strictly film. But then one time he came to me and he was like, "Hey man, what you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm free." He said, "I got somebody that want a wedding done. Can you do it?" When he gave me that was like the confirmation that I knew that he felt like, all right, you at the point where you need to be to attach his name to it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, that's legit, man. Like RBJ, that's super cool, because I mean, not to get it all deep or anything like that, but I was a teenager when I lost my dad. My dad passed away suddenly. I saw him on Saturday, passed away on Sunday. And that Saturday when I saw him, man, he was cool. He was at the crib, everything was good, and then Sunday he was gone. So always respect and appreciate people that still have that relationship with their dad and with their parents, because you just never know when that day is going to come. It's like you all the time think you got months, years to spend with people, and something could happen and they gone just like that. So that's dope that you still have that, man.
Yeah, man. It's funny because he still tried to do his thing with his with his Nikon he got a D7500. Now he done downscaled all that stuff. He got a little D7500, man. I tell you, every time we do something at our family functions, he like, "Rob, here, man, son, take this camera." I say, "No, man, I want to chill, man. I don't want to."
right.
I don't want to, walk around with this camera. But I forget though. I forget though. When you start to get to that age, right, in your 70s like that, and you're a former photographer, those moments is what you want to capture all the time.
Yeah,
you want to capture the moments at every event,
single thing.
And I tell you, if it wasn't for him, sometimes we would have missed out on some good family. Looking back at some good family pictures, because he walking around there, because his back was messed up. He just had back surgery. His back is better now, but he'd be walking around there with that dang on camera, like, "Man, Dad, give me that camera, man. Give me here." I'll finish it off.
Those are things that you appreciate. That's why I think we were on the other live, and I was saying, like, man, I wish I would have started recording things earlier, taking pictures of things sooner, just because it holds so much more value after the fact. And it might be taxing in the moment. So like, I might be making a vlog in the moment. I might be missing out on some of the fun because I'm doing all the heavy lifting, trying to get the video footage. But afterwards, I can relive that moment as many times as I want when I make that video. And that's what I'm happy about.
Yep, you're happy that you did it, So yeah, so I enjoy that fun with my dad and stuff. It's good stuff, man. I mean, he's the reason why I love photography. God, that dude is the reason why I'm at Ford too. Because he was at Ford. He worked for Ford. I watched him work in the plant and make those cars. He used to make the components for the cars, and he became a part of management. And then I watched him, and then now I'm not in the plant anymore, but I did my stint in the plant as a supervisor. And that is wow. That's a whole nother freaking story. Being in that plant life with those guys. That's crazy. But yeah, I followed everything my dad did. I pretty much followed what he did, in his footsteps. So this photography thing is like, when people always ask me where you get it from, I'm like, dude, this is an ode to my dad, because he the one that started this off for me.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, definitely. Y'all should keep that going. So I'm going to tell another story. It's sad as well, and then I'm not going to tell any more sad stories. But my photography company is called 125 Photo, and people ask me, they're like, what's the meaning behind 125? And So it's 2022. So in 2017, I lost my oldest sister unexpectedly. She went into the hospital. She had pneumonia, and essentially she didn't recover from that. So she passed away on January 25th. And my sister was a big supporter of my photography stuff. Like anytime I would go and see her, man, she just, what pictures have you took? Let me see what pictures I would take pictures of her. I mean, she was a big supporter of my photography stuff. And so, when she passed away, I was already wanting to transition to get more serious with my photography stuff. So, I was like, how can I honor her in my photography? And I was in Vegas, as a matter of fact. I was at a trade show in Vegas. I was in the hotel and I was just writing down names. And I just, came up with 125. But I just say that just to say that, the stuff that y'all doing, RBJ, you with your dad, Mid, you doing the video, even when you don't want to do it, being somebody that has lost so many people close to me so unexpectedly, even when you don't want to do it, because as grim as it sounds, it's like you don't know how much time you have with somebody, so to be able to, if you lose somebody suddenly, but you can go back and you can look at all these pictures and all these videos that you had, that's kind of like what keeps you going. Cause like it hit me hard when I lost my sister, man. Like she just like that. She was just like the rock of our family for a long time. But being able to look at the pictures and the videos that I had, like those moments where it's just really hard and you missing that person, you take solace in having those pictures in that video. And that's when it has way more weight than you ever would have thought that it would have had when you was taking those pictures of that video at the time. So it's like when that happened, that's where I got into the mindset of, it's just like, even if I don't feel like taking pictures, even if I don't feel like doing video, I'm going to do it, because whether it's me or it's somebody else, somebody that I was taking the pictures of or whatever, if something were to happen, those pictures could be the thing that holds them together. And at that point, it's like that moment where you didn't feel like doing it makes it all worth it, because that's the rock for somebody because they lost somebody or whatever. So definitely just, keep doing that, man.
Yeah, hey man, Todd, we got more in common than you think, because that's pretty wild, man. Because I have a twin sister, but I have a baby sister though, and I lost my baby sister in May to COVID, and it was the same thing, man. She went in, she already had some pre-existing conditions with her lungs and stuff. And even before this COVID stuff hit, she would always make you wear a mask if you weren't feeling good. You had to wear a mask around her, right? Because she was on oxygen and stuff, right? Not to be sad, but you touched on it, so I'm gonna just let it out. So she said, "Man, I never forget when we was talking about this COVID." She said, "Bro, I can't afford to get this COVID. I can't afford it. It could take me out if I get it." And next thing you know, man, she went in March, and she was on the vent tube, and my mom was talking to her, and my mom came in one day and she said, "Look, Rob, Nikki don't want to be here no more. She can't handle it, because she had some surgeries before, and she said, they put me on this trach. That ain't the way she wanted to be, right?" So they had to put on a trach, and sure enough, she got the word back to my mom and was like, take me off. So we had to talk to the family about it, and she has a son, my nephew, and my mom was like, "Don't you want to be here for your?" Because she used to always use a lot on her, to keep her, make her be stronger. And she had to be in so much pain, to the fact she said, "No," she said, "Just tell him I love him." And we never saw her again. She went in March. That's the last time I saw late February. That's the last time I saw my sister again, because with the COVID stuff, I couldn't even see her.
Yeah.
So that's the last time. That's the last time I see her. Now I'm gonna bring the tone up and make you laugh.
Yeah.
About my father. Now, our father crazy. Now we had a company called RSJ, right? It was Robert Senior Junior Photography, right? And you were doing work with family, right? You're doing work with family. I'm like, "Dad, don't do it." So my cousin, man, we booked my cousin, and I said, "Hey, Dad, did you get the deposit?" He's like, no, man, this family love will conquer all. We'll be all right. I said, Dad, get the deposit. No, I already got the money. I'm already paying for this stuff. I got it. Long story short, man, they didn't pay us. We got stiffed. So we kept the book. We kept the book. You know, we didn't give them. We got stiffed. I'd be doggone if we didn't do another cousin. I said, Dad, get the deposit. He said, nah. He said, nah, son, I got this. I said, all right. He's like, where you going? I said, I'm going into the basement. He said, what you doing? I said, I'm getting me a backdrop. I'm getting a portable printer. He said, for what? I said, because I'm gonna make some money. You ain't gonna get paid because you're not gonna deposit. I'm gonna take these pictures of people that want to step in front of this backdrop for $10 $5 a pick. I said $5 because they'll always buy two. At $5, they'll buy 2 or 3. And look, man, we end up getting paid $300, not from the wet. We got backdrop. Off the backdrop because my dad didn't listen to me, man. So you know, when I got the money, they gave my father the money from it. He gave me all the money. He said, here you go. And I felt bad. I said, Dad, I ain't gonna cut you out, man. I said, here's your 150. Here's my 150. He said, no. He said, no, son, I'll take just 100, man. You can have it because you warned me. And now you know the company is called RBJ because I hired my father. I fired my dad. Man. You don't see the RSJ no more. You see RBJ because I fired my dad.
Yeah, man.
I didn't really fire him. He just told me he was done. He passed it on. But I tell everybody that joke. I tell him I fired my dad. That's why we RBJ now.
The family and friends, man. They be the ones, man.
Every time, man.
They be the ones.
Yeah, I make sure I get that deposit anytime I'm doing anything. I need that deposit before I move.
Hey, bro, when I deal with family, I want all of it.
Yeah, I'm cutthroat these days.
I want 100%.
Even if I do a headshot with my sister, I mean, she signing a release. I mean, I don't charge her, but yeah, I mean, I keep it business 100% of the time, man. Just because, you know, especially like when it's people you know, that's where things can get weird. You know what I'm saying? It's like if it's somebody that you cool with and they supposed to pay you and they don't pay you, it just gets weird. So I just tell people, it's like, it's nothing personal, but if it's business, it's business. Like I separate the two. Like it doesn't matter who you are. Like if it's business, I'm going to treat it as business. And it's like, if you don't like that, then, you know, I'm not the photographer for you. Cause I just don't want to be in those situations where it gets all awkward and you just, you know, if it's a friend, somebody recommends somebody and then it's like, they don't pay you. Now it's just like, your homeboy, you know, they ain't paid, you know, I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So it's like, nope, you're going to sign this contract. You're going to pay me up front. And that's that. I don't care who you are.
I agree. Get those ends up front, man. Everybody in my family all know that now. They all know. They're not dealing with my father right now. They're dealing with me now.
Yeah, that's like
we need Senior to take back over the business, man. No. He be wanting the money up front and everything.
He tight. He tight on the pockets. But you know, that's like when you raise that price. I know I did something for a cousin before, and you know, it's one price then. They come back around a year later. You're like, last year price is not today's price. The price went up.
That's it. That's it. And you know, people, like, I don't know how it is where y'all at, but here is people don't value like just creative services in general, because like the problem is like what we do. It's mainly just our time, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have, like we buy equipment and stuff like that, but we have that. So once you have that equipment, it's really just your time. Like when you show up to a photo shoot, it's just time. When you edit in a picture, it's just time. Like there's no real cost involved. Like we don't have to buy anything to come and take the picture. So, you know, let's say you got a session and it's an hour session and you charging $500. People here, they look at it like you're charging them $500 an hour. Like they don't see, you know, the 10, 15 hours that you put into it before the session. They don't see the 10 hours after the session. They just see it as you charging $500 for an hour shoot or for a 45-minute shoot.
They don't care. And
it's tough to get people to see that there's so much more to it than just that 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then they, you know, it's like, oh, well, I could get it cheaper for, okay, well then you go and do that. Like I don't I don't adjust my prices for nobody. Like I don't like it. Like it's these are the price. You're cool with it or you're not. Like at the end of the day, in any business, you're gonna have people that's willing to pay what you're charging, and you're gonna have people that want to pay less. The people that want to pay less, it's like, I'm not the photographer for you. Like if you only have $100 or $150 for your session, I'm not the $150 session photographer. So you need to go find somebody in that price point, because the minute you start bringing your price down, when that word gets around, then everybody wants the same price. The people that you already had as a client that paid that 500, they're like, hold up, like I just paid you 500 2 weeks ago. I heard that you did so and so for 150. And then on top of that, the people that you bringing your price down for, who they gonna recommend to you? People that want to pay 150.
Want that 150.
So you're not even getting any good word of mouth from that, because they're going to be the 150 folks. So to me, it's just like, nah, it's like, this is the price. Like, this is what it is. It's like, there's no negotiating. There's no, and it's like, I don't have packages and stuff like that. I have a session fee and I have a per image fee. It is what it is. Like, there's nothing to negotiate at all.
It's so much easier that way. I'm a print photographer, so I have the session fee, and then I have a print order minimum fee. That's it. You got to buy, and I had to put that print order minimum in there because you got people that try to do the math backwards, and they say, "Well, okay, that's it. I still want $300." So, and if my fee is like, for instance, my fee, I want to charge $400, but I'm charging them a session fee, then they can go a la carte. They're gonna be like, wait a minute, hold on, I could just get like these 3 pictures I wanted and the session fee, and I could be at that 300. No, you can't, because it's gonna be way more expensive if you don't get the print order minimum. If you don't get that print order minimum, you're gonna pay a whole lot for those individually. So if you try to get 3, a la carte versus a 3 that you will order in your print order, it's not gonna make sense. You end up getting, maybe, I think with my print order minimum, you can get like 7, 8 prints almost. If you try to do individually, you're gonna get 3 for the price you would get for the print order minimum, and it ain't gonna make sense. So I had to be really smart. I had to be really smart about how I did that pricing. And then I also offer a digital package too. If you want it, it's going to be a lot higher, because you get in high resolution and you get the ability to take those files and go print them and print out whatever you want. So I lose that money if you go with digital and print your own prints instead of letting me do it through my print house. So I have to charge a lot more for the digital package. So if you want to do your own printing, you're going to pay to really do it. It's going to cost you a lot. And I've had some people pay that. I've had some people say, that's fine, I'll pay the whatever. I pay the $5.95 for 10 images and be able to print them myself. I pay that. I'm like,
so when you do prints, do you give digital as well, or you just do print?
I give like a handful. So say, for instance, when they get my print package, they get like I said, on average with my pricing, you would get about 7 or 8 prints, right? So with that, I give them like 3 or 4 web size resolution digitals, so that they can have something to put on their social media, and they can promote me with that. So yeah, I do offer digitals with that. Yeah.
Okay. Man, how do you do yours? Like,
so
when you have a client.
Yeah, so normally when I do mines, I basically have an hourly rate. So I have my hourly rate, and then I give them 3 edited images, and then anything after that, then you got to pay per image.
So RBJ, how do you feel about hourly rates?
I don't have a feeling, because I don't use them.
Yeah.
I just, my session fees are, well, I guess if it's session fee. So it's basically, I'll just tell you what it is. Basically, for 1 hour, it's going to be $150 session fee with a print order minimum of $300. So you're going to pay me $450 for 1 hour. And then it's $200 it's just another $50 for 2 hours. So it's $200 plus the $300 minimum print order fee.
Yeah. So here's my issue with hourly fees. Sometimes, so because being in LA, like, I have to be very efficient with time, because it takes me a long time traffic wise to get to locations. So where like some people are like, oh, you know, I'll do a session for an hour and a half, or however long ago. I don't have the luxury of doing that, because if I have, you know, 2 or 3 sessions in a day, I might be on the road for 4 hours, 5 hours, just trying to get to and from those sessions. But my issue with the hourly is that sometimes I'll do a session and I'll get everything that I need in 20 minutes. You know, it's like sometimes like you just know, like you got what you need. Of course, you could just keep shooting and, you know, maybe you will get something else, of course. But, you know, it's like if I feel like I got everything that I need, you know, we've hit the locations, we've hit the outfits, you know, everything that I had in my mind, like we got it done. After 20 minutes, that's a wrap. So if you just have a session fee, it's kind of like whether we do it in 20 minutes or we do it in 50 minutes, like you're charging for me to come and take the pictures.
Yeah,
like there is no time frame. It's just, this is how much I'm charging to show up and take pictures.
Yep.
Whereas if you have an hourly, let's say I'm charging $200 an hour and I get done in 20 minutes, in their mind, they're going to be wanting some of their money back, because they're going to be like, you're charging. Now, of course you can say, hey, like it's you got to pay the whole hour no matter what. But when you have like this concept of I'm charging you X amount of dollars per hour, if you're not there for that whole hour, like people naturally are going to want their money back. And then if you don't give it to them, which is fine, it's in your contract, like it is what it is, you don't have to give it to them, it still leaves a sour taste in their mouth, because now it's like, man, he was $200 an hour, we only shot for 20 minutes. I just paid him $200 for 20 minutes. So it's a mindset thing for me. Like when you just have a session fee, people just are okay with, that's just how much he charged to show up and take pictures. Whereas if it's hourly, they just think a little different.
Is that your session fee for no matter how long it takes? If it's an hour or 2 hours, you just get the one flat session fee?
Mine is different for every session. So, you know, my portrait sessions are only 45 minutes. Engagement sessions are an hour. Family sessions are an hour and a half. Headshots, I do 15-minute, 30-minute, hour. So every type is different. Session fee is different. Time is different. But I try to keep it as concise as possible, because again, I got traffic to contend with. Like if I didn't have traffic, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But it's like, if I know that half of my day is going to be me driving, I can't afford to, you know, commit an hour and a half to a shoot. Like I just can't. Like I have to be super efficient. So that's why, like my headshot stuff, it's like if they just want one headshot, that's 15 minutes. It's like I show up, get everything set up, I take the pictures, they pick which one they want, they pay for it, that's it. You know, it's like I have to be very efficient.
Anthony. With headshots, that's different, right? Because headshots are specialized. That's a specialized commodity. So you can sit there for 10 minutes, you're still gonna get this work, you're still gonna pay this money, because at the end of the day,
you know, I had the
headshots. Everybody needs headshots at the end of the day. It's the most high demand commodity out there right now. Headshots.
Yeah, I had like the same. Well, luckily I haven't ran into that problem, TOGLife. But also, you know, I'm pretty upfront with everything. So like my hour session, you know, is really only 30, because I'm 15 set up, 15 breakdown. So when they say an hour, I'm telling them, like, you know, you really only got 30 minutes, because I count 15 minutes for setting up and 15 for breaking down, you know. And so that kind of works in my favor. But, you know, normally you get the shot that you need pretty quick, like you said.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, I mean, you have contracts and stuff, so I get that. But, you know, sometimes it's just like, I'm just real big on, you have contracts, but you don't want to have to fall back on a contract. Because if you are in a situation where you're having to be like, well, my contract says, that just doesn't bode well for just that relationship, really. If you got to start bringing, I mean, that's just the same as like you having to take someone to court. It's like, yeah, you could do it, but you don't want to. Like you got car insurance, but you hope you never have to use it. You know, it's like it's there, but you don't want to have to use it. So I try to just avoid all that as much as I can.
Anthony, the thing with me is that it's all about the experience with me, right? So I'm an hour. For an hour session, you get a certain session fee. For 2 hours, it's usually accounting for maybe an additional location we go to, or additional this, right? But the thing about working with me is, if I don't have anybody scheduled behind me, and if we rocking, if our session is popping and we lit, I don't get too hung up on, oh, we're past an hour now. No, we'll go. I won't go too much further past. I may go an hour. I may go an hour and a half because we having a good time when we shooting. I'm loving what I'm getting. My family that I'm working with, we lit, right? And that's the thing that they like. That's the experience. It's like, yeah, man, RBJ shot me, and dude, we went over a little bit. It was chill, you know. It was a good. It was he wasn't rushing us out the door to get to the next person, but. And I usually tell them that, like, so if we shoot, I say, look, I don't have anybody behind us, so we're gonna try to stick to this hour. But if we got some things we're trying to do, we're gonna get the shots. We're gonna get the shots. But
yeah,
if somebody's behind me, we really got to get things wrapped up and get moving. And you kind of set the tone, right? You set the tone.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. And I would be the same way. It's like if I don't have anything on my books and I got a little bit of extra time, because see the thing, like when you do it the way that me and RBJ do it, where you separate the session fee and the images, the more bomb images you can get, the more bomb images you can sell, right? So it's if you have the time, especially like if the vibe is strong and you getting some fire work, it's worth it for you to keep going with that, because you know if they feeling it when they see those images, they're gonna want them. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, it definitely makes sense to do it that way. It's like if you got the time, like I would never just cut it off just because it's like, oh well, alarm went off. It's been 45 minutes. I gotta go. You know, it's like if I don't have anything else going on,
if they got their hype person with them, it's even better.
Oh yeah.
This is fire. This is fire. We're like, oh, this keeps shooting.
Yep. And they'll remember that when it comes time to buy that stuff. Man, you'd be surprised how much people will buy. It's like, you know, it's like when they see that stuff and you take those fire images, and see that's where what RBJ is saying makes a big difference to the experience, because you could take good pictures and people look at the pictures and they'll be like, yeah, those are good pictures. And, you know, they'll buy a few of them. But when you give them the experience, now they got that on their mind. They remember how good of a time they had at that photo session. They remember how good of a photographer you were and how you made them feel good. And it was just such a good time. Then when they see the pictures, they're remembering that good time. Now they seeing the bomb pictures and they want all of it. And because you were so cool and you gave them a good experience, they're like, you know, I was only going to get 5 of them, but these are so good and I had such a good time. They get 10 of them.
Let me get them all now.
They get 15 of them, you know? So that's where that experience makes a big difference, because if you just show up and you're just very robotic with it and you're just taking pictures, when it comes time to sell them on those pictures, it's just like, yeah, they may get a few here and there, but you're not going to move as many as you would if you give them that experience. The experience is key. And that's what a lot of photographers, I feel like, don't get part about photography. Right. They think that let me just show up and take pictures. I don't need to connect with my clients. None of that. Let me just show up and take. If I take good pictures, that's all I need. Right. And it's like, in today's time, you need more than just good pictures, because a lot of people can take good pictures.
You got to give them an experience. Yeah. The thing for me, I'm going to tell you guys really quickly how I did my senior picture. One of my most successful senior sessions. It was a package that was originally like $600. I ended up selling that package for like $1,500. And what I did was, I don't give a gallery. I don't give a gallery link to my clients before the reveal. I have what you call a reveal. So I take the pictures, I edit it, and then I bring my laptop to their house. And hopefully I ask them, I said, you got a big screen TV? They say, yeah. I say, perfect. You got a big screen TV. This is going to be perfect. So what I did was, it was this one girl named Madison. And, you know, she's daddy's baby, right? And I put all the pictures. They only had a certain amount of pictures they wanted, right? I put all of them. I edited my best 30 pictures. I put a slideshow up, and it had Stevie Wonder's song, "Isn't She Lovely?" I mean, everything was flowing. I'm like this. I'm like, and I'm watching, and I'm just sit back watching. I tell them, I don't want you guys to pick any pictures. I want you just to watch the slideshow first, and then we could pick the pictures right later. And I could hear like with every picture, oh, I like that one. Oh my God. And mom's coming in. Oh my God, that's beautiful. So I'm in my mind, I'm like, cha-ching, cha-ching, because I know it's racking up. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be really good, right? So the way I do my reveal is that's the only point in time you pick your pictures. You are picking your pictures that day. You're not getting a link from me. You picking your pictures the day of the reveal. So we choose about an hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes. And by the time I leave, I know what I've sold them. I know what they're buying. I know what they're getting. And then after that, then I give them the link to the gallery after they've already paid me and chose what they wanted. When there's no more scraps left, there's no more scraps on the table, then they can have the link to their gallery for those pictures that they bought. And I use ShootProof, where you can come up and create a gallery for them for their app. And that was just money too. So I was able to give them a gallery app for their phones where they can access the pictures on their cell phone and share them. It was money. It took a sale from $600 to $1,500 plus tax.
Yep.
What's up, Bri?
Hey.
You in the building?
We in here, y'all. So I just wanted to tap in on this conversation only because it took me forever. I think I changed my pricing guide like 10 times because I'm like, first of all, how do you put a price on your time and like your love for something? And that's what was really the hardest thing for me. And I'm pretty sure I told RBJ this before. It's like, I love what I do and I enjoy every moment of it. So putting a price on that was just weird. It still is sometimes. It's super weird for me. But before this year, I would say, or last year, I was giving galleries. So I would shoot over like hundreds of pictures, and then I would edit them all and just send them, boom. And I was only charging like, what, $150 to like $275. Then they were getting hundreds of digitals. And so that was merely based off just like loving what I was doing and wanting them to have their pictures, just really enjoying it. But I did realize after talking to certain people that that I should not be giving that many pictures without like trying to upsell. So I still give probably more than the average photographer. So I have a mini session, which is 30 minutes, and an hour session, and then I have like a 3-hour session. But I think my mini I give like 6, and then my hour I give 15. But I still, like, most of the time people are buying, even with the 15, like people are buying extra, or they'll ask for the whole album, and then I'll charge like $350 or something like that for the whole album. But like, I don't know, it's so weird. Like, and then, oh yeah, that's what I want to say, because I hadn't got on. TMIDD, why are you using your setup time in your shooting time? That is insane to me. Do you guys do that too?
Why am I using? Oh yeah, that's a part. That's a whole part of the whole package. That's part insane. Of the whole package. Like, yeah, 15 setup. Because so what's going on is, when I'm doing studio work, that's when that applies. So when I do studio work, client stuff, I don't use my my in-home basement. So when I'm doing client work, I use other like more professional studios, unless it's like somebody I know, of course. But other than that, no, I use other studios and then build that into the price. And so when you use other studios, that hour is an hour. So they always tell you to, make sure you got pack up, and break down, or, set up and break down. So I let them know that as well, because sometimes you get people that have their hype man with them, and they're like, hold on, girl, let me fix that lace front real quick. I let them know up front, you only have this much time, so you don't have time to be saying, let me fix the lace front, let me pluck your lashes while we on set, because that 30 minutes is going to be that 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's probably what you may want to start upselling them to an hour and saying, look, we're going to go ahead and get this real hour, because
so what ends up happening is, I tell them that, and then they're like, okay, so let me go ahead and book 2 hours. So it's kind of like a hybrid, because the guaranteed hour that you book me, I give you 3 images, but every hour after that, you strictly basically paying a session fee for my time, and then you have to buy every image after that.
Yeah, that's why I find the session fee, and since I'm a print photographer, the print order minimum works for me. And listen, I've had people, hey, this ain't my cup of tea, but I've had more people do it than don't. And that's just the hurdle you got to get over, right? Everybody has that, what you call imposter syndrome, right? It's imposter syndrome. It's like, man, am I really worth that kind of money? Can I really charge that? Can I really charge that? And I was like this one time. That's why I was telling you. I tell everybody, I joke around and say, you got to get away from those McDonald's and Burger King customers. And I love when my family
That's
members,
true.
I have family
That's
members
true.
that go online and they'll say, hey, I just worked with my cousin RBJ, but you better have your bag ready. You better have your bag ready when you work with him. And somebody came up to me and said, man, your cousin kind of throwing you under the bus like this. She running people away. I said, no. I love that she's doing that because she letting all the people know that can't afford me, don't even come to me. So she's vetting them out already for me and weeding them out. She's weeding them out already. So, but that first time, that imposter syndrome is real, because the first time I told somebody, I was like this, TMIDD, this how I was. I was like, "Is like how much you charge?" I was like, $450. And it was like, okay. They was like, okay, and I was like, okay, what? Okay, what do I sign? What I book, And then after that one customer did it, like I tell y'all, my customers don't flinch anymore. The real customers that appreciate, and you will find out, that
exactly.
I deal with a lot of people that are either upper management in companies or they have side businesses themselves. That's when you really, when you work with people that own businesses and they come to you, they don't even mess with you. Because I used to be the nickel and dime person, but ever since I started my photography business, whatever your cost is, whatever your price is, I'm gonna pay it. If I want it, I'm paying it. I'm not gonna negotiate your price. I'm gonna respect your price. Either I'm gonna do it or I'm not gonna do it. But that imposter syndrome is real. It's real. You're like, am I really worth this? But,
I still do that. Like I literally still do that because I'm like, especially just even with talking to you guys for the last week, right? I'm like, okay, I'm seeing what y'all are doing, and then I see your work, and then I'm seeing the response that people are giving to your work. And I'm like, okay. And then you have me, little Bri over here, putting out work that, of course, I love, like, because I put it out. I want.
I mean, your work is fire. FYI,
she know her work is fire. She better stop playing.
So,
she better stop playing.
Your work is legit.
She like when her ego gets stroked.
Her creativity is off the chart too. So stop playing.
Yeah, no doubt.
Stop playing, man. Stop playing.
Stop. No, I enjoy the work that I do, but there's always this part of me that's just like, it's not good enough, which is healthy. But when it comes to pricing, it's a lot for me. And then, like you said, like when you're in market, so you said, now I'm working with people that own businesses, they're in this, but those weren't always your clients. So I'm transitioning my clients from the, oh, who wants to do pictures for $40? When I first started, I was like 4 years ago, but transitioning, but they've been following me since then. So I have people that have shot with me from when my rate was $50 to now it's, $375, which is still like not a lot, but in comparison to that $50, it is for them.
That's a big jump. That's a nice little jump. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't, it was gradual. It was gradual.
I mean, but it's okay. They paying it now though, and they know what you're worth. Right?
Yeah.
Especially they saw that video you did in the alley. They saw that video. Like, price just went up. Price just went up. She doing video now.
People were freaking out over that, but that's always how I shoot. That's how I do all my sessions, whether it's a family session or not. That's how I do it. But I never go live. Like I just kind of do it, and then people are like, "Oh, we love shooting with Bri." Like, and that's what with RBJ, what you were saying about it being an experience. A lot of people shoot with me just because they like me, which is fine. Like I have a client that reached out to me yesterday, and she knows how I am about like different outfits and stuff. So she sent me this concept. She was like, "Are you comfortable shooting this?" And it's like, those those sheer rows with all the ruffles and stuff and the
Yeah.
feathers and like they're like really dramatic. I said, yeah, you can wear that as long as I don't see no nipples or nothing. You good. But
God, man.
she's shot
Charge for
me
the
with
nipple,
like,
Bri. You could charge more for the nipple.
ain't
Like,
no way. I
hey,
don't want my
price
name
just
on
went
it.
up for the nipple. Price
I
just
don't
went up.
want my name. I don't want my name on it. I don't
Tell
want
them
my
don't
name on
post
your
it.
nipple.
Tell them don't post it.
She gonna
Don't
post
tag
it.
you.
Don't tag me. Don't tag me. They gonna know because I've shot her like I literally just shot her last year for her birthday, and she already has those pictures. Like, but she was like, you know what? I just like hanging out with you. So she don't ever ask me for a discount. She don't ever like those are the type of clients that I love and that I want. You know. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I'm delivering on all of my sessions. I don't want to ever. Ooh, what was that? I don't ever want to like
I don't know. I mean, Detroit. What happened?
Yeah,
They popping over
I
there,
was like,
RBJ.
They popping.
you good?
Hey,
Hey,
I
you
don't know.
good?
Hey, I'm.
You
You know, I'm not.
good? You good?
I'm not in Detroit, guys, so I'm good.
That's the last thing I want is anything to
That's
pop
what I
off on my
heard.
live.
That's what I heard, man.
I'd
That's what
be
I heard.
like,
I am in
No
Ipsy
kidding.
though. I am in
Hey,
Ipsy.
but Bri though, for real, you know what you saying is what you need though. Where people are saying they want to shoot with you because they like you. That's key, right? Like if you Google Las Vegas photographer, how many photographers gonna come up? A lot. If I Google
85,000.
Los Angeles photographer, a lot of them gonna come up, right? And a lot
I
of
definitely
photographers
paid to be on
they
that
got
front
great
page
work,
though. So,
right? They good, like they
yeah,
work is solid. So
yeah.
what you doing that sets you apart from them? You. Like
Mhm.
you're the thing
Yeah.
that sets you apart from everybody else. People be like, yeah, so and so got good work, but I don't have as much fun as I have when I shoot with Bri. So they gonna
Yeah.
pick you every time.
But
Even if
Todd,
your work wasn't as strong as somebody else, they're gonna be like, her work is good enough, and I still have a great time shooting with her. So they're gonna pick you every
Yeah.
time.
but guess what, Todd? She got another thing going for her too. She has a lane where there are certain women that appreciate photography
100%.
that don't shoot. They don't shoot all of they have a standard on what they shoot. That's a
100%.
whole nother segment you got
Yep.
of women right there. Like, oh, I know I'm gonna feel comfortable around Bri because first of all, she's already 86 and all these other outfits that can't be worn.
Yep.
So look, man, I'm good. I'm
Yep.
good.
100%.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Bree. It's just certain things that I just absolutely will not shoot as TMIDD.
You might not realize that looking at the stuff that he have out there, but
Yeah, there are definitely some things that I will not shoot.
Yeah.
I've shot some stuff that I told the client
That you're not too proud of.
I'm proud of my work all the time, but I just tell them
Oh, okay.
don't tag me. You don't have to worry about tagging me. That's your work. That's for you. And I explain why, and like that's not right. That's you. It's cool. Cool.
But you
you know,
see, that's why no cereal in the tub photos, no fire hydrant photos. But you see, that's my thing where like I don't ever want to, and it took me, I wasn't always like this. So I don't want to come off like, but like, I don't want to shoot anything or matter of fact, do anything that I feel like people have to sign like a clause with me where it's like, okay, well, don't tell nobody I was there or don't tell anybody I shot that because you know what I'm saying? That's just me. So, and then once you start doing that, then everybody that in that area is asking like, hey, I saw you did such and such. You
yeah.
trying to like what's good, you know, like even in like on my page I have one shirtless picture on there and it's a dude, right, with dreads.
For sure to be a
when
guy.
well, it wasn't my idea for him to take his shirt off, but he was like, can I do a couple shirt off? And I was like, yeah. So it was dope for the vibe though. He has dreads, we had the guitar, we were out in nature, like had him in a tree. It was like a whole thing. But when I posted those, the amount of like feedback and stuff that I was getting, like it took me a minute to like regulate it because I started getting a certain crowd and I'm like, okay, this not gonna work. Because I know it's because you had the ladies on the one hand that love what they saw, right? And then you had the men that was like, I mean, you cool. So I mean, if I take my shirt off on a shoot with you, like that's the type of stuff that I have to deal with. And so it's like I don't want to put content out that's going to create energy and conversations that I don't want when I already kind of
You gotta have your
regulate.
boundaries. You gotta have your boundaries on what you shoot.
Niggas is wild.
They are. Yeah. I mean,
they sliding in the DMs, huh?
For sure.
Oh,
would
that's
you
another
would you ever
thing.
do boudoir?
I would only do it like I did a measure of it on like wedding days. So if I have a bride, when I'm doing like getting ready pictures, I'll do it only for that. Like that is the only time, and I don't even call it that. Like I'm just like, she's feeling cute, her makeup's done, she got a little pin or whatever, and she has her robe. She's like, can we do something in my robe or whatever? I'll let that go a little further than anything that I've ever done, only because like you're getting married and your mans didn't get to see you before you got dressed. You know what I'm saying? So that's the
oh, so Bri, I'm about to get married. I need this shirt off pic right quick. Come on, hook me up.
You know, getting dressed, you know, buttoning the shirt, like getting your pants.
Hook me up.
I don't deal with the dudes as much like with that, but with the ladies, you know. But I don't worry about like not being good at it. I know I would be good at anything that I shoot. Like I know how to shoot. So, but I wouldn't advertise that I do it.
See, that's what I did. I did the shoot because it was important to her, and it wasn't. By the way, it wasn't like really bad. It was just something I just wouldn't normally shoot. So
yeah, let me see if I can even pull it. It really wasn't even. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Well, you're that bad. Am I that bad?
What? Yeah, that's what I was saying. That is very relative.
Yeah,
so
Octa definitely
like,
different from Bri. Yeah, Bri's bad. It was.
Yeah, what was your bad, RBJ?
It was just showing nipples through that I wouldn't have normally done that. But
see, I've had clients.
It was the shirt. It was the shirt. She wasn't new. She wasn't new, but it was just the shirt was like really see through, and I was like, because I was struggling at that time with a senior. I do seniors, right? I do senior pictures.
Oh,
and you know, I talked about this before. More girls get into seniors than a guy. You almost got to choke a boy to do a senior pictures. The girls are all for it, so you kind of just want to be careful how you mix in those pages. Like if I ever do start doing more of that, then I'm about to break off to a different page and separate it. You know.
Yeah, because I ain't got a shot at a senior portrait session on my page.
You won't either.
I wonder why.
You won't either. Stevie Wonder, like, who is that? Stevie Wonder, like, hey, put some clothes on that girl.
Hey, like, whoa. But I'm also
here and there.
I'm also in a different boat too. So, you know, that's the thing. I'm not really trying to sell myself. You know, I'm not really trying to market myself for anything.
For
so
the YouTube clicks and subscribes. That's what
that's it.
That definitely makes a big difference because, you know, for me doing it full time and having a certain market that I'm marketing to, it's like those are the pictures that I have to take and I have to post, right? Like the stuff that you do is fun. Like the stuff that you do, that's fun stuff. Like I would love to do more stuff. I mean, not necessarily. I may not go to that level, but
no, you already said it. You would love to do.
I would love to do that kind of work, but that's not who I market myself to. Like those aren't the people that hire me, right? So if I was devoting as much time to doing that kind of work as you do, that would be
hold on, you make it seem like I do like a lot of boudoir and stuff like that.
We call it TMIDD is Hugh Hefner of
TMIDD after dark.
Right. My content is very clean. You don't see no chest coming through and all that.
I'm not saying your content is X-rated, but like the stuff that you post, like those aren't the people that would be hiring me. Like, you know, I'm in the same boat as if I'm marketing to moms for senior stuff. Like if they saw a bunch of stuff like that on my website or my IG page, that's just gonna turn them off a little bit because they're gonna be like, well, what you about to try to have my daughter doing? You know what I'm saying? Or they just gonna be like, yeah, I just don't really want to be associated with the guy that's got, you know, this kind of content. Not that it's bad, but
it's not good.
No, it's not even it's not good. It's just my clientele is different. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, that's not bad at all.
I
I
never.
don't even I
gosh,
don't even
really,
see
Bri?
that as even being
Really, Bri?
Hold
remotely
on.
bad.
Lord,
Like
Lord.
that's just normal
Hold
to
on.
me.
Hold on. Hold on.
Right, right. Come on now.
Now you
She
need
Yeah,
some
hold on, because I
RBJ
literally
juice on
post.
there.
Right, you got to put the juice on
I
it.
post her in like every way to like try to cover up what she was wearing, but I never posted these. I can't find my. It was from the first wedding that I did, and I don't have those on my computer,
That was all right
so
though.
I
That
can't
that
even
was
wasn't
find
yeah,
bad.
that
that
was
one. No,
that
that
that was
wasn't. That
like
wasn't the
safe for
wedding.
work even.
That was like I can't find the wedding boudoir ones that I did though, because I don't have them on this computer. But I don't know. I don't. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's
What can
just
you
it's a
do?
different ball game when you do it full time. It's just different. Like you're doing more stuff that caters to who, and it's like I ain't even gonna sit here in front. Like I live in the suburbs as well. Like I'm in LA, but I ain't in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in Compton. I'm not in downtown LA. Like I'm in the burbs too. So
If he's in the
you know
trenches, he'd be
my
running with that equipment.
clientele, yeah. So you
Hey,
know
I'm 10
my
toes
clientele
down.
is different as well. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
So
10 toes down. I'm working with Keisha,
Please,
Rakisha, Shamika,
please.
like
Tracy.
Insane.
time I'm watching me live,
Hey, what
like I
DMX?
don't even know how he bringing these people to his
Right,
house,
right.
man.
I'm like,
Because
where's your
I'd be
security?
like,
Where's
nah,
your
you're not
security
coming
at, dog?
to my crib, man. Like
Where's the
we can
security?
meet up somewhere.
Right.
You're not coming to my
Ain't no
crib though, but
way. Don't
Dog,
mid
where's
nobody
the
don't
allowed
care.
security
there.
at,
That's
T-Mid? Where's the
insane.
security at? Uh-oh. I think his battery went dead.
Yeah,
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
let me
I know that
change
look.
my
Yeah, I
yeah,
know
let me
that
change
look.
my battery.
Yeah, I
I
know what
had to
happens when that
change
happens.
mine.
Hey, I just went and
Yeah.
bought that. I just went and bought that dummy. I got this thing from Tether Tools, man. From Tether Tools. They
Mhm.
have a thing called a delay, a little relay thing, and it has a fake battery. You put it in there now. I'm not using it right now, but you put the fake battery in, and it tricks the camera to thinking it's on. It's
Yeah, I've been
powered
trying to
up.
find a Canon one like that, but you can't find them anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I had to go to my local photography store, and
Yeah.
yeah, I got
Yeah,
lucky.
I just rock the batteries. They last pretty long.
Yeah.
I got the pack in there. I got the dual battery pack in there right now, though.
Yeah, you know, you
Yeah.
gotta have them batteries on deck right there.
Yep. Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah,
So
so like, you know, the good thing about my stuff though is that, you know, it's stuff that's I say entertaining to do, you know, fun for people to watch, but also on the back end is I always get booked for stuff just based off me doing something that I'm doing just for fun, you know?
yeah. Yep.
So that's kind of like the great piece because I could take that money and feed it back into the channel.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
what's
mid.
up.
There ain't nothing wrong with your work. I don't
No,
want
it
you
ain't.
thinking.
It's very
I'm not saying
entertaining.
your work is X rated.
I
I'm not.
hate
I
Oh
mean,
it.
no, no, no.
I'm just
Bri
playing.
might think
I'm
so.
just playing.
It's not. It's
No,
not
I
tip
don't.
drill. It's not It's
Yeah,
not Nelly tip
it's
drill yet.
definitely not X rated. It just it's just different markets. That's all. So I
She
don't want
call
you
it after.
Just different
thinking
She
that
call
market.
it
you
after
got
dark. Bree
the
call it
red
after
light
dark.
special going on over there.
T-mid after dark.
Nah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
T-Mid after
I
dark.
try to walk the line. I try not to cross it too much. Every now and again, it might be like, oh, but then you know, I gotta when I try to bring it back, you'll see me post a few images of girls with clothes on. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's
Oh,
listen. It's
oh,
okay to dip your toe in it just a little bit, and then
different.
get get
Oh,
right up
here
to the
Ryan go.
get right up to the line, and then that's kind of what I do. I get right close up to it, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Got to back it off. Got to back it off.
That sound like one of Ryan's topics
Hey, that may
that
be
he
the
be
top.
doing on his.
That may be the next topic, man.
Bree, you
Get real close
Dip your
to it.
toe in. Dip your toe in.
Get real close to it.
do you are you trying to do photography full time, Bree? Or you got a
She is
9 to
doing it.
5? Is she doing you doing it full time?
I am full time.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
Very
Yeah.
nice.
yeah. They keep me
She do
booked. I
photography
actually
full
have
time,
a
and her mom does food full time. Boy, they killing it.
My mom does not do food full
Hey,
I
hold
mean,
up,
not
hold
full
up, hold
time, but
up.
she got the side hustle on the food.
Is your mom the one that made that food that you posted on your story the other day?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell mom when I'm in Vegas, I'm coming through because I need
Oh, you weren't on the
some of that.
live. You weren't on the live. On my live yesterday, they got to talk to my mom, which was really weird for me.
I missed
But
it.
yeah, I told her that you guys were like talking about her food and stuff. So she was like, yeah, just let her know what you guys want and when you want to order and blah blah, and she'll hook you all up while y'all here. So I
Real
don't know
talk,
what
when she
I
posted
don't
that,
know.
I thought she got it from a restaurant, y'all. I was thinking that was from a restaurant. Then I'm looking at it and I'm like, nah, I think like somebody at the crib made that.
Yeah, that's my mom. Yeah,
Her
she's a
mom be getting it
chef.
in.
Yeah, she has like her culinary degree and stuff, but she's never like opened a restaurant or anything. She's always just been the one that cooks. And last year, people started asking her to do like food prep meals. And so she was like, I think I'm gonna open this up for everybody and just kind of offer a food prep type thing and drop a menu every week. And it just kind of took off. And you know me, I wasn't about to have her out here looking ghetto, so I had to bust the reels and stuff out. And then
Yeah.
it started being fun for me. So I started doing food staging, and it just kind of, so the page is super professional, so it looks very much so like it probably doesn't taste good, it just is pretty. But when I tell you that food make you go like this, and then you got like get mad for a second because it's not supposed to taste that good.
Look, Ryan
And
said
then you get
Ryan
happy
said your
again.
mom got the bomb mac and cheese.
Yeah, she used the right noodles. I had to put her on the noodle because she don't really eat pasta. Like she started out the food prep thing for people that eat paleo or vegan. Like she's done all the types of eating, so she knows how to cook for all types of eating habits. But I was like, Mom, you got to get the noodles so the cheese can get in the middle because that's how we like it. Okay, so she get that little penne pasta, and then she'll hook it up.
Boy,
It'd be so good.
I'm legit gonna
Yeah.
order something when I'm in town. I'm for real.
Yeah, just let me know and let
Yeah,
me know
I'm
ahead
a
of time
supporter.
if you want. Yeah, let me know ahead of time, depending on whatever menu she puts out that week, or just let me know what you guys want to eat. And so when we put the menu together for that week, it'll already be there, so you don't have to do anything on the side. It can just already be a part of what she's cooking that week.
that's what I like to hear.
Yep.
That's what I like to hear.
That's
Right
legit.
there.
Got me all hungry right now, man.
So what do y'all look for when you say that the image is good?
That's tough because it
You
depends
already,
We
on
you
got
already
some
know.
folks out
You already know,
here.
on
T-Man.
what
You already
the
know, T-Man. You already know. Stop.
it depends on
What you mean? No, I'm serious. Everybody's is different. Like what?
Exposure.
Oh, that he want to know if they use the light meter. That's
I
the
know.
first
That's
question
what
that
he
he
trying to do.
asked.
He trolling. He
No,
trolling
because
me.
no, I'm saying like genuinely, are you looking at like, okay, they tried to edit their skin. Does it look good, or did they totally go far left? Like, like what really makes you say that that's a good image, and what makes you go to the point? Yeah.
I think the first thing you got to do always, and this goes to critiquing, you have to always understand what it was the photographer is trying to capture. It's hard to decide if it's a good picture or not without understanding what they're going for. Because you may say, "Man, that's too contrasty. That's too well. That's what I was trying to do. That's what I wanted to do." So, from that standpoint, you have to know what they were trying to capture. But if you're just saying, just eyeballing a picture straight out, just eyeballing it, I'm looking at composition. I'm looking at composition, exposure, like proper exposure, and and color balance. Like, okay, how's the white balance? That looks yellow as hell. Why is it so yellow? So those are the things that catch my eyes. The composition. What is the story telling me? Right, composition and exposure. For me,
Yeah, it's tough, man. Because yeah, I think I feel the same. Really, I mean you try to look at what they was trying to do, what they were trying to say, but I think story and emotion is the biggest for me. Like I can get past exposure, I can get past color. I mean, I could look at those things and be like that would have made the image better, right? You got a good story or the emotion is on point. Be like, man, you nailed it on the emotion, you nailed it on the composition. It could have been even better if you would have got the exposure right or if your white balance is right. So I'll still look at those things, but if you got a good moment, it's like, man, nothing else matters that much, especially to the client, man. So, but that's still tough. That's still tough because being a photographer, like we look at things different.
We look at way
You
too
know,
much.
it's like
We
I'm
look at too
looking at
much.
it, I'm analyzing everything.
Right, we look at too much. But
So
Ryan
yeah,
makes a good point, though. Ryan makes a good point. That's why I said, Ryan, you have to really know what the photographer is going for. Ryan was saying that you can't go by white balance because maybe they were going for it to be that yellow look or that blue look, or maybe they changed the hue levels and they wanted it to be more on the magenta. They were going for that. That's what I'm saying. It's really hard to understand and to know unless you understand what that photographer was seeing and trying to convey.
here's what I would say to that though, RBJ. I feel like sometimes photographers tend to use that as a crutch. And it's like it's like to
I
a
meant to do
degree,
that.
it's like to a degree that's cool, right? Like you do photography and it's like you have like your style and how you do stuff, and that's great. But at the same time, if you're delivering that to a client or you're posting it, you got to be thinking about the audience, right? Because that's, if you post it, you're posting it because you want people to see it. So if you want people to see it, you have to consider, what do I want people to think or to feel when they see this image?
Well, what about Rembrandt though? Remember, Rembrandt was the guy that had this crazy triangle under the eye there, the shadow. And I know
Yep.
people are like, "What, dude? You got a triangle under your eye?" But that was his style, and that's what people started to come to him for. You know, I even love the Rembrandt. That's all I was saying. Sometimes I know what you're saying too. They can use it as a crutch and say, "I meant to do that." That's why you ask the question before you get a critique. Like,
No
what were you trying
doubt.
to do?
Yeah.
What were you trying to do here? Because you're right. If I say, "Man, that shirt kind of yellowy," well, that's what I was trying to do, man. I was trying to make it more melancholy, you know.
They gonna say that 75% of the time,
Right?
Yeah.
That's
So
what
but
then,
you're
yeah,
trying to do.
my question on that would be, so that's what you was going for, but the people that are seeing that image aren't going to necessarily perceive it that way. They're going to see it as just being too yellow. Are you okay with that? You know, it's like
Well,
if you're doing this because this is what you wanted to do, that's cool. But are the people going to perceive it the same way? And
well,
if
hopefully
not,
they do the research. They got to research and look at his page, because if they go to his page and see that there's a trend, right, of his profile, his portfolio has that trend of that yellow tint like that, then that becomes to be more of a stylistic thing, right? Like,
right,
oh,
right.
okay, that's what I do. That's what I do. And I'm like, hey, dude, didn't you go to my website? You saw all the yellow, didn't you? That's what
Yeah,
That
I think
Detroit come out. Hey man, you saw you saw that yellow, right?
hey, dog, what up? What up, dog? You know,
yeah, I think I agree that when I look at a photo, I want to experience whatever was going on at that time. So even if it's a staged session or a staged shot, obviously, I want to feel like I was there, or I want to know the storyline and be able to tell the story just by looking at the photo. I want to be like, okay, it's giving blah, 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 right? So when it comes to the technical side of pictures, I'm not a technical photographer. So I'm not going to be able to look at your picture and be like, oh, you didn't do that. Of course, I can tell if the picture's overexposed or if it's out of focus. I know like the basics, but as far as being like, oh, you shot that at such and such and such and such, I don't look at stuff like that, and I don't notice it offhand. So that's not something I would be looking at. But as far as colors, storytelling, vibes, like those, that's the type of stuff that I look at. For instance, there's a photographer that I'm cool with that did that browns and nudes type of shoot, right? Chocolate skin, chocolate
I
kind
love
of
that
colored
type of,
background.
yeah.
But my man missed because he didn't fix his white balance. So everything was orange. It was like very orange. And it's like the quality of the photo was there. Everything was in focus, and it was like a hair. It was for like a hair brand, right? So the girls, they had the up close face and the this and that, and like the poses and everything were good, but the photos were orange, and even like the whites were like off white. Like everything was just like, it was too orange. And so he missed, in my opinion, right? But a lot of people like it. And so the other thing, like you were saying, talk life with like, you have to put out things that people are going to be interested in seeing. Most of these people just like seeing themselves. So they're not going to be like, oh, some people may say like, oh, I look a little bit orange, but because it's artsy and a photographer did it, they're going to be like, girl, look at these pictures I just got taken. Like, they don't really critique it as much as us when we're looking at like, why do you have her hand up like this? Like it looks huge. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely know that's true because I done seen people post pictures and I'm just like,
what are
why
you
would you
doing?
do that?
Okay,
Did you pay for that?
that's
Did your
different.
cousin do that? Yeah,
and you read that caption and it's like they loving it.
A client doesn't know what a good shot is. They don't know what a good picture is. You can make that, as long as you make that background melt a little bit like the iPhones do. They be like, oh girl.
Yep.
I love it.
Girl.
Love it, girl. I love it. Look at that.
Yep. Facts, man. Clients, they definitely they don't know until, I mean, there's a lot of things you don't know that something is bad until it's next to something that's good.
Right.
You know, I mean, if you see bad stuff every day, you don't know that it's bad until you see that it could be better. It's the same thing with photography. It's like you have that person that they post that picture that's terrible. That's the pictures that they get. And so to them, it's great. But now one of us come through and give them like a quality photo and they can see what it really could be.
Right.
Be like, oh.
Chuck, that's like listen, I don't care how good I'll just say I say iPhone, but I'm not picking. I'm just saying because that's the standard right nowadays. People, the standard is the iPhone. Oh, my iPhone picture bomb. But if I take a real picture coming from a $3,000 lens, that iPhone picture ain't gonna hold
that
up.
new iPhone ain't playing real games though, because some of my photographer friends, they'll do you know, their regular shoot or whatever, then their behind the scenes thing is part of their package. Well, they'll take some pictures with their phone so they can have leaving that day. And when I tell you, sometimes I cannot even tell the difference. Like they put their same edit, like a quick, you know, like their saved Lightroom edit on the photo. They know how they're going to take it. And sometimes I can't even tell. And it's mostly with like lifestyle stuff. So we're not talking heavy retouching, things like that. But as far as the vibe and presenting them what they booked them for, the style that they booked them for, I'd be like, insane.
Well, you're right, because those cameras produce raw files now. But when you sit that R5 or whatever that RF lens picture next to it,
that's right.
You put that RF lens, that 1.2 on it.
That's true.
It ain't hitting the same.
the thing about like those iPhone stuff too is like those iPhones, they take good pictures and they have the processing in there that makes the pictures look good. But you got to have good conditions for those pictures that look good. It's like that would be like if we set up great light for somebody and then handed them a camera and was like, okay, now take some pictures. Like we set everything up for them. Lighting is on point, you know, background looks good, all that. And then we hand them the camera and say, all right, now take a picture. They probably going to be able to walk away with some bomb pictures because that lighting is great. We set everything up.
Yep.
But put them in a situation where they don't have all of that. Then say, now give me a great picture. It's a completely different game. And that's how it is with iPhones. It's like when you got the right condition, the iPhone knocks it out the park. But throw something hard at the iPhone and it's not going to compete with a real camera.
You beat me to it, Todd. I'm gonna say when Bri's example, they're taking those pictures with that lighting that you have already set up there. I could take my Android phone, which the Galaxy Note has great cameras on it too. It has great. My Note 10 has great lenses on the back. You put that up against the lighting. It's gonna look good against professional lighting. For sure, it's gonna look good. Bri, I don't know why you hating. Listen,
ain't no way can nobody ever tell me that Android
I ain't gonna front. I'm an Android hater too, though. I used to be an Android user for
Android
years.
Is nice now, though. And I'm talking about the Samsung line.
It's not nice on nothing though, because my mom has she gets the updated Galaxy, the newest one on her phone. Great quality. You can see the pores and everything. Go and try to post something or send a picture to someone, and it's trash.
I don't know why
garbage,
that happens.
Pixelation.
I don't know why that happens.
Because
that don't happen when I post mine. When I do mine from it, don't happen that way. I can't.
But you can't tell. You can't tell because you're on your Android.
Man, listen.
But everybody.
Send your mother to me. Send her phone to me, and I will help her calibrate
everybody
that phone.
Sees your pictures know that you have an Android by looking at it.
I will tell you this. The front-facing camera on the Android is trash. The front-facing camera is trash. Trashaholic. Trash nasty. But the rear cameras are nice. The rear cameras are nice. Some of the best in the best. Matter of fact, shit, Samsung makes Apple screens. What the hell are you talking about? We make the screen. We make it. Android makes it. Look at me. I said we.
Yeah.
I sound like Brandon Cole right there. Stop. I'm like we. Then Bree's like, they paying you.
Man.
They paying you. No, they're not paying me, Bree. Nah. So, but I have an iPhone too. I got
How much
one right
they
here.
paying you?
I got an iPhone right here.
Yeah, I've been iPhone. I was Android for a long time. I dogged the hell out of iPhone.
But
I dogged the hell out of
When did
Apple.
you leave Android? When did you leave though?
Man, it's probably like 5 years ago.
Because it got better. It got better with their S lines. Android's a lot better now. It's a lot more stable.
Here's what it was, man. Like I needed a new phone. I had bashed iPhones and Apple for so long. I was like, man, I've never even had an iPhone, so I don't even know if I would like it or not. So I was like, I'm gonna buy one, and if I don't like it, I'll go back to whatever. And I bought it, and it was cool. And then I bought the Apple Watch, and then I bought the MacBook, and you can't beat the integration, man. Like it all works so seamless. I was sold at that point. Like just being able to AirPlay something or AirDrop something. It's like, oh yeah, I got this on my phone. Need to put it on my computer. Boom, AirDrop it.
But you know they have that now. They have that now with Android now.
I'm a proud Android user.
You can do that now with Android. You can drop your stuff and other. You can do it now easy. They get
I bet it still ain't as flawless as Apple.
No, not quite. No, talk. I ain't gonna lie to you. No, it's not. I mean, but look, my man Teal in the S20 and the S21 Ultra is hitting. It is hitting. I'm telling you. It's hitting. Not. It's nice.
I'm not
you know what I hate about Samsung phones though, and let me know if it's still like this. Samsung has some of the most bloated phones. They put so much stuff on there that you can't take off.
They stopped.
I hate that. Like that.
They reduced that. Ryan said T-Mid straight iPhone. He said that's T-Mid's work phone.
I wasn't even gonna call him out, but
that's insane.
Stop it, man.
He definitely got the iPhone too.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, Bri. I'm gonna just say like this. Android has come a long way. I'm gonna tell you that flat out because I remember when I first got Galaxy, it was trash. I ain't gonna lie to you. The stuff was oversaturated. It was but it's gotten better, especially with the Note line. I can't speak to nothing else, but that Note line, yeah, man, I love it.
Okay, I'm gonna let you have that, but just know you'll probably never. I mean, I guess you would need it because you have me on Instagram. But I don't text nobody that don't got blue dots. You don't have a blue bubble.
Facts.
You cannot communicate, and you're not my mom.
Well, I got you. I got you right here. I got you on the blue. If you want that, I got you.
And I made my mom get an iPad, so when she in the house, she got to text me on her.
But you know what though? Now listen to me. That's the one thing that's non-negotiable for me. I gotta have and that was always the craziest thing. I was always Android or phones, but it's gonna always be an iPad if I got a tablet. The Samsung tablet, garbage, straight trash.
But RBJ, you have, but with the iPhone, it's just like when you have all your products, and literally when something's tripping, you just like AirDrop yourself pictures, videos. You don't have to worry about.
See, but we have this thing. Nope. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. With the Android integrated with Microsoft, we have OneNote. I do that all the time. I drop my stuff into OneNote, and it goes to one device to the other device flawlessly. So that's the workaround we got.
It'll go to your iPhone.
Yes, I got OneNote on my iPad. I don't put it on my.
So
I don't put it on my iPhone because it's the app that comes with Samsung and Androids are integrated with Microsoft pretty much. So it comes with the OneDrive and all that on there. So yeah, so that's like our answer to that. I do that all the time. I want something to go to my iPad and go to my phone. I just go to OneNote. I go to OneDrive, and it's there. So it's cool. It works.
All right, I'm gonna let you hit it.
That still sound like more work though, because like
no, it's not. It's easy.
If I had something on my MacBook, right? I got a picture on my MacBook.
Yep.
If I want to AirDrop that to my phone, I go up, I hit AirDrop, click me, boom, it's right there in my photo.
You know what?
I don't have to go into an app. I don't have to save it to my phone. Like it's boom, it's just right there in my photos.
You know what I do? You know what I do, Todd? I take the picture and I take the picture and I put it right over the OneNote, OneDrive. I put it right over the OneDrive and drop it right in, and it's done.
But then how do you if it was a photo though? How would you have to go into OneNote to see the photo, or would you go into your photo app, whatever?
I got to go to where the photo is, right? We got to know where the photo is, right? So
I don't have to know where the photo is because it's going right.
I
Where the
mean, you
rest of
gotta.
my
No,
photos is at.
I'm saying you got to find the source photo that you're looking for, right? You got to have what you want to move over, right?
Yeah, see, I don't got to move nothing over. It's right there. It's
No,
boom.
what I'm saying is you got to find the picture. Doc, you got to find the picture, or how does it know what to send? You got to locate the picture, right?
Yeah. No. I'm saying
Okay.
once you send it though, once you send it,
But
does
the
it go
picture,
into like the OneNote app?
I
Like if
put
it
it
was a
right.
picture, if you send a picture, where does it go once you send the picture?
It goes right to the OneNote app. So once I go in the OneNote, it's there. I'll open
Yeah,
up
That's an
OneNote.
extra
I'll
step.
open up OneNote.
Yep.
I'll open up OneNote. It's there.
That's an extra step.
We're talking semantics. We're talking semantics.
RBJ,
Hey,
it might only be an extra second
Bree,
and a
the way
half,
you
and I'm
talking, you
like,
might as well get a light meter then, Bree.
that's an extra.
You should get a light meter.
RBJ, look, we already let you have the light meter conversation, and we let you have the Detroit conversation. You gonna let us have this iPhone conversation? Ain't no way.
I guess because look, at the end of the
I ain't
day,
letting you have
at
this
the end
one.
of the day, I got the best of both worlds anyway. It doesn't matter. I got an iPad and an iPhone, and I got Android, and I got OneNote, but I share my OneNote across. The thing that makes OneNote valuable to me is that I'm able to share it across. When I drop it into OneNote, it's on my iPad, it's on my Android, legit. It's on all of it at one time.
Yeah,
it's on all of it.
Ryan is killing me.
Yeah, that's definitely legit. I'm just team
yes,
Apple these
yes,
days. I
yes.
just bought a MacBook, man. I'm about to get rid of the PC. I'm going to be Apple all the way.
Hey,
Oh,
when I
yeah,
get my
the
studio,
MacBook is-
when I get my studio, I'm gonna switch over to Apple when I get my studio.
Look at my baby.
I'm
Isn't
gonna
she
switch
so
over.
cute?
But I'm like TMIDD though. My desktop work here is gonna be with my PC. That's where it's gonna be. But when I get my studio and I want to be mobile, I'm gonna get me a MacBook Pro and I'm gonna be mobile with that one in my studio because I don't want to have that. You know what's the thing when you have the screen? It's the screen. Everything is integrated into the is it an iMac or whatever? What is that thing?
Yeah,
it's like everything.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
Oh yeah.
The one screen.
Yeah, what they has all of the.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Till Vision. Why don't you use WeTransfer?
WeTransfer is cool too.
Yeah, because he's saying
used it before.
That AirDrop kills.
Kills the game for. I mean, is he saying
video.
that it works good for
If you're
that, or it's no
sending?
good for that? Because I mean, AirDrop is legit.
Kills the game. Oh, like in a good way?
Yeah, I think he's saying it's in a good way because that AirDrop. I mean, I transfer all my, like I had like 13, 14 gigs of pictures on my phone. I AirDropped that to my MacBook in literally like a minute.
Not even, yeah.
So you can't compete with that.
Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah.
Ryan, isn't Ryan Apple? Ryan's not PC.
Ryan, no, I think no.
I think PC desktop. Yeah,
he's PC desktop.
Now, RBJ, why you want to keep your desktop, your PC desktop though? Like, why not just get the MacBook?
I just bought it last year.
Oh, okay. Well,
that
makes sense. Yeah, that's definitely a good reason.
Yeah, I just bought it. Was it last year? See, that COVID year still is a year away. It was 2019. My bad. I bought it in 2019. It was a pretty big investment.
Yeah.
So that's why I say I'm
gonna hold y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Mr. Trump definitely bought my MacBook.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I said, "Thank you, kind sir," and I went straight to the Apple store and got my MacBook.
But you got it with you got it with your
my stimmy.
Yeah, the stimmy.
With the stimmy.
Let's check. Yeah.
I feel like everybody bought something that they wanted when they got that stimmy, man.
When that second one came through, I was like, "Oh Lord!"
Update on my 24 to 70. I had a friend that works at Best Buy, and he's like a manager there, so they let me do a little switcheroo. So I ended up only having to pay the difference of like $150.
What's wrong with your 24 to 70?
It was not the sensor or something was being strange, but I actually originally bought it on eBay. So, but I had like the box and everything. So he was like, well, if you have the box and like the little code on it and stuff, like I may be able to do it. So they ordered me another one and I gave them the old one, and so we good.
Oh, so you bought it from Best Buy off the jump.
No, I got it from eBay.
Oh, you just got a straight hook. Oh, wow. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Lord. It's good to have friends in high places.
That's it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, because I didn't ask him. I just was like, when I put it on my story, and I was so sad. I was so sad. And he was like, "Did you get it figured out?" And I said, "No." And he was like, "Well, if we sell it here, then I'll be able to do it." And I looked it up. I said, "I know that lens cost that much."
Yeah, because that's an L lens, girl. That's an L lens, man. That's an L lens. Yeah.
I paid $9 something for mine off eBay, and it was like still had the plastic on it. They had like never used it. So
Agatha is asking, as professional photographers, is having Wi-Fi and Bluetooth important to have in the camera?
Yes, because I could take my iPad Pro M1 and show them all them pictures that just coming out quick, real quick. Like favorite those pictures right quick. Favorite those when I do the TFPs. When I do my TFPs and stuff, I do it that way.
So it sounds like I'm missing out because I never use Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. I have not used it in any camera that I own. I've never even turned Wi-Fi on in any camera that I have that has it. I've never used it.
Toglife, I suggest the first thing you do.
So I'm missing out apparently. I wasn't expecting y'all to be like, yes.
Okay, let me give you a quick example. We were at this Comic-Con. It was called YumaCon here in Detroit, and I had a buddy who we work together. We do work together down there. We're shooting. I was using my iPad and the Wi-Fi from my camera or Bluetooth, whatever, to transfer the picture. So when I was setting up my clients, when I was getting paid, we shoot for like I was selling like 10 minutes like for like $50, $55. That's the cheapest you will ever get anything out of me, by the way. It was like for 10 minutes, and it was like $55 or whatever, right? And right when we finished the shoot, we go off to the side, and it was so quick how fast it came from the Canon to the iPad, and they'll see the pictures real life, and they would and I would send it right through Lightroom and do just minor adjustments really quick on the fly, get it to them in no more than 5 minutes after the shoot. Got it to him. Now my boy who had an R5, who did not turn on his Bluetooth, he still has not delivered those pictures yet, and that was back in October. That was back in October.
I don't do all that. That's not what I use mine for, but more power to you.
But you talk about the experience though, Bri. But the experience, when they saw their pictures, they were like geeked. When they saw their pictures, they're like, oh.
They can look at it on my little screen like I do, and they
that 12 by 9.
Excited.
That 12 by 9.
They be so happy.
So Bri, what do you use it for then?
I use mine more so like in my processing. So say if I'm out or something and I want to do like a quick edit, I'll just use the Bluetooth Wi-Fi thing and just transfer it to my phone, or when I'm transferring to, because with Canon they have like the little Canon Connect.
I love that, by the way. That is
the Connect app or whatever, so you can even shoot live. So like the self-portraits that I did the other day, which was so annoying and nerve-wracking, but those that I did, I used the Canon Connect app, and you can take your pictures live through there. The only downfall to that though is when you use the app, like I can't use
your live view. I think it's either your live view or your viewfinder. One of the two you can't use.
Yeah, when I'm using my live view, my strobe doesn't shutter. Yeah, and your strobe won't go off. Like mine wasn't going off. I don't know if that happens with y'all.
But I haven't tried that yet. I gotta try that. I'm gonna try that.
I don't use that app, but I think I've used it before with Flash. I didn't have a problem.
Man, that
app is amazing. I don't use that app too much.
That app is amazing. That's an amazing,
I love
fast working app. But Bri, you got to try to do that one day. Like especially when you do your collabs, if you can. Was you talk about how you, as a photographer, how you stick out, right? I think at the YumaCon convention, the word had got back. Think about this. All those cosplayers, when they take pictures of photographers, they know they usually have to wait about a week or two to get their pictures. The word was getting back that RBJ Photography was giving them their pictures back that same day. They were getting it back that same day, man. I made so much money while my boy's over there struggling because he wasn't giving back his pictures the same day. It was a marketing tool in itself. So it was 3 days, right? So the first day I said, oh, this worked well. So guess what? I put a little flyer out on Instagram and I started advertising same day pictures. Man, the next day I had a line waiting. I was like, Jesus, I had a line waiting. But it's that experience. Are you gonna go to the photographer that's giving back pictures today? Or are you gonna go to the guy you got to wait 2 weeks for? Or in this case, it was October. So how long is that now?
Yeah.
3 months, 4 months.
Right.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
everybody want that instant pics.
I need to start using it. I never use it, man. I never use it. I tether.
How does the tethering work? I haven't used the tether yet.
Me either.
How does that work?
Oh yeah. I was actually trying to set up my my whole setup so that when I went live for shoots, I could tether so that you could see me, and then you on the side you could actually see the pictures as I take them.
Oh, SnapBridge could do it. You should set up SnapBridge for that.
Yeah, you got like Lightroom is another way that I could do it and just integrate it through OBS. I just haven't done it yet because you gotta set up the scenes and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, tethering it's legit. It's easy, but just the downside is I gotta have my MacBook with me. So I got my camera and then I gotta have that set up. I mean, I bought a 20-foot cord, so I mean I can kind of move around where I need to move around, but it's not as easy. It would definitely be easier having an iPad versus my MacBook, a cord plugged into it. So
and then you have to get all the little connector pieces to connect. Like my thing is I don't like having a lot of things. So like even when I'm like yesterday, I took my light out when I was shooting, and if I don't use it right away, like I'd end up not using it. I didn't need it because I thought it was going to be a lot more shady because it was kind of overcast. But I don't like having a lot of stuff. Like I move around a lot. Like I'm even my shoot yesterday, I didn't move around as much as I typically would, and that was because I had you guys on live, and I had my tripod, and I had that light. Like I don't like, and I feel like I feel like tethering is a thing where like it makes me stationary, and I'm very like whimsical. I'm like, oh, let's go over here. Oh, let's go over there. And I feel like if I have stuff, I'm gonna limit my creativity, and I do not. It's more of a burden.
I only tether in studio. Like when I do my headshots, for sure, I'm tethering on headshots.
I wouldn't tether on location like that because that would that wouldn't work. I mean, unless you had an assistant that's like a little golf caddy that's walking around everywhere you go. It wouldn't work like that. But for headshot stuff,
holding your cord,
like for TMIDD it wouldn't be much of a problem for TMIDD to do it in his studio home studio. That would probably actually add another dimension to it to his live by doing a tether.
Yeah, you should do that, man. I mean, you gotta be bold to do that though, because everybody's seeing every shot you take, and that's why a lot of people probably don't do that because people don't be wanting you to see the bad stuff. Because I mean, as a photographer, sometimes a lot of our shots don't be good. You know what I'm saying? Like it might take you a while to get to that point where it's hit.
No, just
I think that if I do YouTube, that's the kind of person I want to be. I want to be the person that's going to be showing you those mistakes. I want you to say, hey, look, dude, it ain't perfect. It ain't perfect out here. I'm just going to put it together and let's see what happens.
Yeah, because that's the reality of it.
You're just gonna wing it.
We're gonna wing that bad boy. You're gonna see the light. You're gonna see the light meter fail, and you're gonna see the light meter go well. You're gonna see all the flaws of everything. Damn light meter. Doggone it, the light meter is not working.
Me in the comments.
Oh yeah,
teammate gonna be trolling me in the comments. The light meter.
Yeah. I'll be like, it's not working, eh? No, I might eventually do it. The only thing is that I already have to set up some stuff when I'm doing that. So bringing this bad boy Alienware,
home, man, you have no excuse. You're at home, bro.
Well, regardless of being at home, I'm still lazy because I'm getting the Z7 II, I'm getting the Sony. I'm like, my tripod. I'm like, let me grab my lights. You know what I mean?
You don't just keep that stuff set up down there?
Nah, I don't keep it set up.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
bachelor
I
pad.
thought you kept the lights and stuff just set up down there.
Nah.
That's
I
the
don't keep
bachelor
that
pad he
set up,
got going. He can't
Why
keep the
not?
bachelor pad like it's the bachelor pad. He can't keep it like that.
There'd be stuff going on in the basement.
Right.
You're like, no.
Man.
Different kind of
dead.
photography and
Oh,
filming.
man.
he bring out the
set the
TMIDD at
mood,
night
you feel me?
lights.
T-mid after
You gotta
T-mid
set
after
the
dark.
mood, you feel me?
Yeah, TMIDD after dark.
Bri,
He got
Bri,
the
the
special
white
setup.
robe comes out.
The white robe comes out. You feel me?
Yeah, you know, I gotta roll it up. I got
He be having the vibes out.
when the live go off, you know what's going on.
Oh man.
That's insane. Please.
Oh man.
Too much. Too
Man.
much.
T-Mid was in a car ride for a whole hour. We never saw who was
Wait.
we never once saw the passenger side.
No face, no case.
We heard a voice.
No
We heard a
face.
female voice. We never saw it.
Mhm.
T-Mid was like this.
He did the Diddy.
Gotta keep it in
no
the dark.
problem.
Hey, but
Oh man.
they had you know, the other thing is I will have to bring my laptop down there. Man. So you know it's extra work. It's not too much extra work, but it is.
You get one of those little you know, with your STEMI check, I mean your YouTube check, you get one of those trays, you know, the tray where you can put your laptop on it and they can actually see it. You position it like it's almost like a mirror where they can actually see it when the shots going off, they can see the shots.
Yeah, that will
that
work.
way.
Oh yeah,
you don't
yeah.
have to you don't have to keep walking over there to them with your
Right,
camera
right.
saying
I
that,
was thinking the same thing.
you know. You don't have to keep walking
Oh
over
well,
with your
you know
camera.
that just make for good that
that
me
too.
walking over there just make for good content. Cause I actually use those clips in my videos sometimes, you know, to show me showing it to them to get that reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is making me not want to do YouTube.
I know,
somebody
man.
was trying to talk me into YouTube. I'm just trying. And
It's
I
a lot of
said,
work, man. I don't know if I want to do it.
It's giving way too much.
It
So what
is.
I'm
It
gonna
is.
do,
It
I'm
is a
gonna
lot
stick
of
to
work.
my
But
reels, and I'll make little videos and put
real
them
talk-
on IGTV.
real
'cause the
talk, I
quality
feel like
doesn't have
those
to be
reels is more work than doing YouTube sometimes.
No.
Yeah, because them reels, come on, man.
I can do reels. I can do
Like, I could do a
reels
YouTube
like,
video in
thing
one
for
take.
me.
That's nothing. Those reels.
I do reels in one take. It's
Yeah, but I
easy
mean, you
for
be
me.
having like you got to do different, like especially like when and I don't know, them reels seem like
with like the angles and stuff.
Yeah.
But once you have it, like for me, the way my mind works is like it just comes to me. So if I know that, say I have to play two people, right? You know, you have like the two people talking, whatever. I know in my head what I'm gonna do, and it's really not that hard. But like I do each of them in one take, and it just, I don't know. It seems a lot easier than YouTube. Or YouTube, you got to make sure you have this type of camera and this and that. Well, I'm just using my iPhone for my reels.
You can YouTube on iPhone. You can use an iPhone on YouTube.
You can use your iPhone for YouTube.
You can, but like if
you got
an
iPhone, remember you was just talking about how great the cameras are.
I know, but I'm talking about like the type of content. Because like I said, like if I'm doing YouTube, it's gonna be like, hey guys, today we're doing such and such. And then just how my live was, I'm talking mess and I'm being like extra with my client or whatever. And then you get to see the pictures and then I'm done. Like I'm not trying to.
But could you always?
Shorts.
But could you do your thing that you normally do with your BTS, and you can just use your YouTube as an intro, right? Hey guys, I'm gonna take you through what I did today. It was such a great shoot here. Roll the clip. Boom.
Yeah, we'll see. I recorded a lot of footage from yesterday, but it's been literally giving me anxiety like putting it together. So it's just sitting on I had like, they was laughing at me. They was like, Bri, you got a trap phone? Because I had like another iPhone that I was just getting all the footage on because I didn't want my phone to blow up from like storage stuff. But it's just sitting there.
Hey
I'm
Todd,
like,
go over there and start popping some of them questions on the screen. StreamYard tester. Go to the far right column and start clicking on some of those comments so they could pop up. Because Ryan been saying a lot. I know he wants some love over there.
I don't even know how to do that.
It's on the far right.
Comments
You should see a comments on the far right and with plus signs on them. You can click them and put those questions at the bottom.
Yeah, so
you see
you got Teal Vision Bri, it's all about efficiency. Yeah, so I know I typically
there you go.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, man. Like I just when I be doing this, I be free. I don't even be focusing on the comments over there because I'm like talking and then look, yeah, it's like I don't even be seeing what's going on over there.
Yes, I love that part about StreamYard. That is so cool on StreamYard. You can do that.
That's so cute.
I know, right? We learning.
Yes,
Yeah, this is my first time using it. So
put up Teals. He said something about specifically something for TMIDD.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. Yeah. He already showed the LCD.
That's what I love about StreamYard. I be putting questions up all day. You know?
Yeah, no, that's
really cool.
And then
Ryan said people blow up off YouTube Shorts. I don't want to blow up though. Like I was telling TMIDD though, like
yeah, go ahead, tell him. Go ahead and tell him. Tell him our conversation.
Oh, here you go. The thing with YouTube, like I feel like once you open a YouTube door and you start creating that following, you develop fans. And with fans come weird things. And I don't know how many people are in here, or if y'all, I'm not calling y'all weird, but with my Instagram page, I'm very outgoing, I'm very lively. So I already have to have like certain boundaries set up with my page where people don't feel like they know me just because I'm outgoing and I'm talking and I'm like da da da. And I feel like with YouTube, I wouldn't have as much control off of who's watching me and who's having this like unsaid virtual relationship or friendship with me. And I don't like that feeling. Like I don't necessarily, I don't want to have fans. Like even when I was on live with you guys and I'm like, oh, I love your work and I've been watching you for you. And it's like, to me, that is so weird. And then they start kissing butt. And that's just like weird to me. I don't want that as a person.
Hey, don't be hating on my
They're paying homage.
Is your Instagram page, is it private? Your Instagram page ain't private.
No, it's not. But
so how's that any different? How would YouTube be any different?
Kissing
because
butt.
I feel like not always kissing butt, not necessarily kissing butt.
Ryan said you're gonna blow up off those reels though. Ryan said them reels gonna blow you up.
Nah, and I don't do them that often. But I don't know. It's just I don't know. I feel like with YouTube, it's a little bit different. Like you have people saying, oh, I watch your videos like such and such times. Like I watched them a lot of times, or, you know, I've been following you since then or since here. And you don't necessarily know when they started following you. But when they get to a certain point of being comfortable enough to comment or tell you, it's kind of like, oh, dang, you know, or like when people, for me, I've literally had this happen where this man had a daughter or whatever, and he booked me. And then after he paid the deposit or whatever, he was like, so are you single? Like, he's like trying, and I'm like, that's the type of stuff, like, I already deal with that type of stuff. And
you ain't got to blow up for that. That's going to happen. If they feeling you. Hey, my man was just trying to get on.
But just trying to get on.
Yeah.
But
what up though? What up though?
Right. What up
please. No, but just imagine that on top of being a known, like you guys going to WPPI and they're like, oh, that's such and such. Like I don't have that. I don't want that type of knowledge about me.
Until you get it, you'll be fine. Bri ain't gonna show up on these StreamYards no more after WPPI. She gonna blow up. She gonna be like, I don't have time.
Yeah. I tried to get Bri on. She didn't even hit me back.
Right. We can't get Bri. We used to be able to get her. We can't get her at all now.
You can jump on. She ain't getting on no more.
Right. Bri like y'all for the streets. I can't deal with y'all no more.
No. If I meet Ryan, I'll probably never talk to him after I meet him for real. Because if he is crazy as he is in his comments,
Ryan is a teddy bear.
I like messing with Ryan.
Ryan's a teddy bear.
Nah, I don't know. It's just,
he's fine.
Of course, you can't control things like blow up, or you know, people start to know you. The more shoots I do, the more people I meet, like the more, you know. But as far as intentionally trying to build my following, like just with getting on live with you guys, my following has gotten up and my DMs have been more active.
Whoa. Bri.
What?
You denied relations with Ryan? He said he tried to get you on.
Wait a minute.
He said
denied relations with Ryan.
Oh, time out. Not that. Not relations with Ryan is a show, not the act. Not the act. Right here. It's on the screen right here. Okay.
Oh, Bri already celebrity status with me. I tried to get her and she denied me. Okay, because I'm not about to keep talking about some, okay, why don't you get on the show? I said, immediately no. I said, because I'm not talking about none of that stuff that you be talking about. He was like, no, it's like hypothetical stuff. I said, but yeah, hypothetical is based on reality. I'm not going to be sitting there talking about something that I don't participate, like that I don't think or do. Like I'm not.
Is Ryan trying to replace Ladora? Ryan, are you trying to replace LD?
Ew, that's weird.
All right, next subject.
Probably.
Bump.
Probably she needs to
No,
get a little
stop. Mute. Stop. No, I'm just playing.
Bri, you two, it really isn't that bad though. It really isn't that bad. You can't even worry about that. You gonna have that just being on Instagram, being just in the public eye, period. YouTube is really no different. I mean, you're doing more long form content, but it's no worse than Instagram.
I'm sending my video to you.
I actually had one time I was I was going to go do something at the store, right? And so I pull up to the store. I'm in there, and somebody walk up to me and say, "Hey, TMIDD."
They're like, yeah, that's my girlfriend you had all oiled up.
When I tell you I would die, I would be like,
and where's the RBJ at? Because I know that's his oil.
Yeah.
I want both of you jokers right now.
See, that's weird to me.
I've only had that happen to me one time. I went somewhere, somebody saw me off of Instagram, and I used to go live on Facebook quite often, and somebody recognized me. It was kind of awesome, actually.
It was kind of awesome. I
mean,
it was as he was.
It was awesome, man. It was awesome.
Oh, baby. Okay.
Yeah, man. I was like, what?
Yeah, I feel like it would feel pretty good.
Like, so the one thing, what kind of she is alluding to is the fact that I think me and Tog was talking about it a little bit. So, you know, on the Instagram platform, you actually get to see people versus on YouTube, all I do is get to associate with them through chat. So when I was on Instagram, a lot of my followers were chiming in and getting on the video feed. And so, you know,
the takeover.
It was like a lot of people were getting on and like, man, like I'm your biggest fan, or like, I love your work. I watch every video, and you know what I mean? But to me, this was something new because I haven't been able to visually see them and interact with them like that. So I'm taking it in at the same time because I didn't know personally that it was at that level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, Bri, question for you. Is there a musician that you really like, an actor or an actress, an author, somebody that's like you follow all their work, you support them, you dig their stuff? You have anybody like that?
Don't lie.
I'm not gonna lie, but the way I was like just raised, like nobody in my family does like the fangirl thing. So even when I was younger, like I liked Chris Brown, right? I saw him in person because when I was living in California, nothing in me was like
total butt white.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't do it. Met Busta Rhymes when he was big, when he was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Bust the bust. That's when he was bust the bust.
Yeah, I don't do. I just have never really gotten like that. I've always, my mom and my family has just always told me like these are people, right? And you don't want to put people in a certain place, which is hard to do. Of course, you appreciate people and their work and stuff, but I do have some like influencers, I guess, that I kind of follow as far as like if they do like they're like curly hair because I usually have my hair like curly. So I've been following them on YouTube because they do little curly hairstyles, and I follow them on Instagram or whatever. But if I would see them, and I've reached out to a couple of them, like if they come out here, like let's shoot, like but I don't
So
have
when
that.
you was in your Chris Brown phase, did you listen to every Chris Brown song that came out?
No,
Look
not
at
every
man
single
Free.
one.
on the floor.
Free.
If you
Let me know.
The point I
No,
was
I
getting
really
to is
didn't.
that it's no different, right? Like you have people that it's like entertain whatever that you rock with them, you like their stuff, they bring something out, you listen to it, they post something, you like it, whatever. It's no different. It's like the YouTubers are just people that you actually can relate
But
to.
why me? It's different because it's me.
Oh, time
Because
out. Time out. Ryan said you were famous on Clubhouse though, but she don't want to say that. Look at that face. Look at that
Right.
face right
That's
there.
crazy.
Ooh, give her the one-on-one, Tom. Put it on her face. Put it on her face. Give her the solo. Oh my
let's
gosh.
see, I don't how do I do
You
that?
see her face at the
Hold on.
bottom? It
Oh
should be
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
profile pic at the bottom. Hit that profile. And it should
That's
zoom right into her.
insane.
There you go.
Oh,
Let's talk about this, Bri. Let's talk
listen,
about this right now.
please. Okay, first of all, please get this off of me.
She's on the
I'm like
clubhouse center. She's on
sweating.
the clubhouse center stage right now.
Oh my gosh. First of all, Clubhouse was voice only.
But now it's
So
video.
it was more podcast situation. So that was a
Dang,
different
Bri, I didn't know your
situation.
baby hair was hitting like that. Okay. I didn't know your baby hair was hitting like that.
I told you I had to get presentable. I don't think you
Oh,
guys know.
now she getting all up in it. Not like, yeah, here we go.
Okay, talk to me nice. No, I no, Clubhouse was different. Clubhouse was very organically built to you, and because it was only voice, um, that was just different. And it was more like jokey joke. Of course, it got serious sometimes, but I don't know. I kind of already explained to you guys how Clubhouse did, and it's probably boring for you. But like when it first came out in beta, like everybody was just like, "Hey, what's it? Can you please put it back with everybody? This is insane."
This is insane.
Everybody was
I
just
had to
like,
look up what Clubhouse was.
"Hey."
I don't know what it is.
Clubhouse, yeah, it was a or is, I guess. It's so old to me it feels like MySpace because the last time I used
Yeah,
it.
it just
But
came in and went out.
yeah, it was really fun. It was in beta, but it was all voice. You can only talk to people like with your voice. So you made your little profile, you could say what you did, and then there's all these different rooms that you could hop into. Some of them were comedy, some of them was business, some of it was if you wrote poetry, you can share your poetry, and they had moderators, so people that would control the room. You could either just go into the room and just listen, or you could raise your hand. People could bring you on stage so you can be a part of the conversation. And then you can get a green bean, which means you can like kick people out or bring people up. You had more sense of control, and you got a lot of like I probably got maybe close to 1,000 followers from
Oh, dang.
Clubhouse because yeah, in the beginning, they're like, okay, you got to follow all the moderators, and go to their Instagram. We would do Instagram audits or website audits and just do different things where people would, you know, feel drawn to want to follow you further. But the room that I was in was videographers, photographers, models.
Yeah, I was in that one.
Yeah, and it was fun. Like I had Sham and
Sham is
like
dope.
Nicole Artistry. I don't know if she does makeup, and
I know her.
Chris Kavanaugh. Like all those are my people. Like we literally like became family. And
How about the guy I forget his name. His name started with a D. Daywan.
Dewan?
It's Daywan and but he spelled it like he spelled it like DAEWON. Daywan.
Oh,
It was Daywan
I
and
don't know.
his
I don't think he
partner.
was.
His partner, the other guy, it was Daywan and Dallas.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Dallas.
yeah. I know who you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the
Daywan
one
and
he's got
Dallas
the
wasn't the
eye
homie
issue
though.
or whatever.
You said
He
they were
need like
what?
that eye surgery or something. One of them
They
need that
wasn't the
eye
homie.
surgery or something like that.
Yeah, I think so, Todd. Yep, I think so.
Yeah, like they would go live together on Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah.
You said they wasn't the
Yeah.
homie Bri? What you talking about, girl?
No, I'm telling you, it was like a gang once we started our little group. Like,
Oh yeah, they weren't gonna participate in the gang. They weren't gonna be in that.
He was.
How long
Nah, they
ago was
weren't.
this Clubhouse thing? I never
That
heard of
was
it.
right. That was the first. That was
Pandemic, right?
2019. Yeah, that was
Oh,
when the
like that
pandemic.
recent, huh?
Yeah, it was like the end of the year. So like, what was that like? October, November of 2019.
2019. Yep.
Huh.
Yep, and it
Oh
was only
man.
for iPhone. It was only for iPhone in beta, and
Yep. Then
it
it
was
blew
dope.
up. It blew up during the
It blew
pandemic,
up,
though.
but then they started. It was cool because it was in beta, and the people that we had in our group were a part of the like a team or whatever. So they were letting them know all the stuff before it would happen, and no, it wasn't, Ryan. You were
See,
late because it started
Ryan talking
2019.
smack. I
Ryan's
am a
trying to act like
fan.
he
I
know
am a
about this.
fan.
He trying to act like he know about Clubhouse
I'm gonna
when
check.
he
I'm gonna
wasn't with
check
us
my
shooting in the
membership.
gym.
Right, you wasn't in the gym when we was
You
putting them
wasn't in the
shots
gym.
up.
Was it free?
Yeah, it was free.
Okay.
But the
Yeah,
thing was,
it's
you had
still
to
is,
get a
isn't it?
beta, and then certain people you had to get real chummy with some
Oh
people
yeah,
to
you
get
had
to
to
get
you
an
had to get
invite.
invited. Yeah, you had to get
Ah.
invited. So someone sent me an invite and I got on and I would be giving my invites. I didn't really care.
Man, I had about
But
10 of them things.
yeah, and once you get in there, like you can just kind of it's like a hallway, call it like the hallway. And you can go and just scroll through all these rooms that people started. And some of them are like, Clubhouse After Dark or Find Your Girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever. Like they had like all these like crazy rooms. But then
Oh,
during the
dog, they had
day,
some crazy ones, man, at
they had
nighttime. Oh
some
my
wow
gosh.
rooms. I would like tap on it, like peek in, be like,
I sure
oh.
would. Yeah, hey, it was going down, bro. It was going
It was
down.
wild.
It was going
But
down.
yeah, it was fun though. It was a lot of fun and built some really dope connects. One of the people that I actually met through there, he came out here and I paid him to do videography for me. Because after Clubhouse started kind of being weird, not Clubhouse, but like our group started having some drama in it. We had like our core people and we started like just FaceTiming and stuff on the side and like created just like a kind of like a safety group. We would send each other our pictures and stuff like that. But he came out here and did one of my branding videos for me and did a commercial for my client. So some really dope connects and like I said, like with Shan, like he came out here too for some type of shoot and I went and shot behind the scenes for him and it was a cool little opportunity to connect with people, but I wouldn't get back on because it literally stole months of my life because I literally slept on the phone with it because I didn't have to be on video, so we could just talk all day. And it was
Ryan said he
panini
wants an
time.
apology.
For what?
This is crazy. I must have had it on my old iPhone. I thought it would.
Oh, it was 2020. Was it 2020?
I thought it would have picked up. I thought it would have picked up right where I left off on my old iPhone. It's trying to make me a new user. I ain't doing that.
A new user?
It's trying to make me log on with a new username and all that, but I already had it. So
wow. I've been off for so long. They probably gave me the boot. And then I tried Twitter Spaces for a little bit, and that was annoying because they were just trying to be like Clubhouse, and then it would change into other things, and I don't know, I was just over it. Yeah. It was fun while it lasted.
That is not my username.
I feel like I missed out. I never even heard of it.
Yeah, it was dope. It definitely was a dope thing. I don't know if it's as popular. Well, Ryan says people still be on there. But as far as like the following and just like the initial excitement and like it felt like everybody explained it. It felt like the lunchroom table, like of all your closest friends. Like you just at the table and y'all just kikiing and like. But sometimes it gets serious, or sometimes like that's how it felt. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get rid of my stuff. I don't know. I ain't doing all that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I'm not even getting back in there. That's crazy.
RBJ, how are you still wide awake? And it's 3 a.m. where you at?
Yeah, I'm a zombie, man.
Man, bruh. Like
That's
I
why
don't
we
even
got
know you and
T
mid. Like
to the M to the
I don't even know how
IDD.
y'all up, man, because
I work from
it's
home.
midnight and I'm surprised I'm even still awake.
I'm surprised you still on, man.
Yeah, I would normally be knocked out by now, man.
No, I work from home, so I stay in the bed until as late as I possibly can. When I have these kind of nights, I have the iPad in the bed with me. I'll be listening to the meetings at work. Like, yeah. Let me check the chat right quick. Hold on, I can't be telling people that.
Yeah,
Insane.
Bet. Okay, well, I'm not like y'all. I'm sleepy, so I'm gonna go to bed. But I appreciate y'all coming through and chatting it up with me and everything. It was good conversation. So we'll have to do this again sometime.
Yes,
Mid looked like he barely staying away. He looked like I'm
holding on to a thread. I'm like this. I'm like, oh.
Look how wide awake I look. Look how I look so wide awake.
Yeah, but then you got RBJ over here just wide awake. Like it's
he's like, hey, I'm from the D.
Right. What did we do? we do.
No, hey, you gotta get him some you gotta get him a voice track with the jump. So every time you press it, what up, though?
What up, though?
He needs a buzzer button.
Hey, y'all see my boy Jalen Rose, don't you? Jalen Rose on ESPN. First thing he says, "What up, dog?" Because he's from the D, straight up.
Yeah.
Jalen Rose. No, but to me, when you stay outside the D, you could be up like this because you in the sub. Man, Anthony, man, this was good. Thanks for having us on, man.
Hey, for sure, man.
Hey, believe me, I was watching that clock though. I'm like, oh boy.
Oh boy.
And you know, I'm still gonna be up at 6 o'clock though, too.
Right.
So you know,
right.
it don't stop.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Next time.
Peace.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.
All right. Bye.